Mm, 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 mm. Hey, how you guys doing? I hope all is well. No, I did not fall asleep. I see you, fitness babe. You know I would never fall asleep on you, girl. You know I would never fall asleep on you. How you guys doing? If you guys can hear me, make some noise. No, if you guys can hear me, press 3 so I know that you guys can hear me clearly. When I tell you Nancy Grace is on the case, and guess what? Diddy has a new lawsuit. It is another girl, and she is alleging that Diddy made her and Kim Porter do zesty activities, girl. They was eating each other out. They was munching on each other for Diddy's pleasure. And the girl says she's not even a lesbian, but Diddy made her do it, honey, okay? And they are saying that Kim Porter, she had a taste for women. She was bi, just like Diddy. Diddy and her were both bi. So it is a lot that's going on. Are you guys ready to hear the report? I will show you guys the report. Listen to this, okay? Another woman is accusing of rape. According to TMZ, the woman claims the assault started in the 1990s. April Lamprose says she was a student at the Fashion Institute of Technology and Diddy offered to mentor her in the fashion industry. She claims Diddy showered her with gifts before raping her. She says she felt like the walls were closing in on her the next morning when she woke up nude, sore, and confused. She says Diddy took advantage of her desire for success as a college student. She claims months later he lured in with music events, and once they were together again, he forced her to give him oral sex. Allegedly, Lamprose says she began to ignore his calls and advances, which made Diddy angry. She says he threatened to blackball her in the industry if she continued ignoring him. Lamprose says he ordered her to his apartment one time where she was allegedly forced to have sex with Kim Porter while Diddy watched and masturbated before allegedly raping her again. She says she broke things off with Diddy in 1998. However, she says Kim ran into her while she was working at a diner and made the owner fire her or be forced to have Diddy shut her restaurant down. During her last run in with Diddy, she claims he tried to assault her again, but she fought him off. Lamprose alleges that sexual videos of her and Diddy have been shown to her boyfriends in an attempt to embarrass her. She is suing Diddy for sexual assault, battery, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. Thoughts? All right, you heard it here. Did you guys hear all that? If you did, press 2. Did you guys like how I broke that down? It was very clear and it was very precise and it was correct. Okay. Yes, 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 yes. So also I want to share with you guys Nancy Grace because Nancy Grace is on the case. Now, if you guys need me to replay it, just say press 10 if you want me to replay it. Okay. Just in case if I was talking too fast and y'all didn't get all the tea, if you guys want me to replay the new lawsuit, just let me know. Other than that, I'm going to, okay, you want me to replay it? All right, so you guys ready for me to replay it again? So listen good. Listen good because Diddy has forced her to do multiple things with multiple people. And did you hear? Forcing her to do it with Kim Porter. Neighbors, another woman is accusing Diddy of rape. According to TMZ, the woman claims the assault started in the 1990s. April Lamprose says she was a student at the Fashion Institute of Technology and Diddy offered to mentor her in the fashion industry. She claims Diddy showered her with gifts before raping her. She says she felt like the walls were closing in on her the next morning when she woke up nude, sore, and confused. She says Diddy took advantage of her desire for success as a college student. She claims months later he lured in with music events, and once they were together again, he forced her to give him oral sex. Allegedly, Lamprose says she began to ignore his calls and advances, which made Diddy angry. She says he threatened to blackball her in the industry if she continued ignoring him. Lamprose says he ordered her to his apartment one time where she was allegedly forced to have sex with Kim Porter while Diddy watched and masturbated before allegedly raping her again. She says she broke things off with Diddy in 1998. However, she says Kim ran into her while she was working at a diner and made the owner fire her or be forced to have Diddy shut her restaurant down. During her last run in with Diddy, she claims he tried to assault her again, but she fought him off.
Lamprose alleges that sexual videos of her and Diddy have been shown to her boyfriends in an attempt to embarrass her. She is suing Diddy for sexual assault, battery, and intentional infliction of emotional distress.
Whoa! Thoughts? Whoa! Whoa! Did y'all hear all that? Did y'all hear all that in the new lawsuit? Oh my goodness. She said that Kim Porter caught her working at a restaurant, and Kim Porter told the lady, the owner, you better fire her. Because if you don't fire her, I'm going to have Diddy to shut it down. She is claiming that Kim Porter also essayed her. Rest in peace, Kim Porter. That is what she's saying. She said she didn't want to do with Kim Porter or Diddy, but Diddy forced Kim Porter to do it with her. Then afterwards, Diddy was watching, he was getting off, seeing two lesbians together, and then he did it to the white woman again. This girl that's coming forward, she's a different white woman. So Diddy had a thing for white women. I thought it was just men, but Diddy got a thing for white women, honey. Okay, I thought it was Asian women, but honey, he got a thing for men, white women, black. Do he got a thing for black women? Who is his? Okay, Kim Porter. I forgot. Yeah, Kim Porter. Ooh, so did y'all hear? Press 3 if I did a good job breaking it down and you heard everything precise. Okay. Yep. People want to know what is the date. She said she broke things off with him. Black in 19. What was that year? Let me bring that year up again. Where does it say? Let me hear it. Oh, hell. Let me hear it again. Let me hear it again. Let me pull this up. I'm pulling it up right now. Let me see.
Neighbors, another woman is accusing Diddy of rape. According to TMZ, the woman claims the assault started in the 19.
Okay, I see it here. 1998. It started in the 1990s. So it started in the 1990s and she broke it off in 1998. Okay. So those are the years. Yes, this is this is the latest lawsuit. Yep, and they are saying that Diddy made her take an E-pill before Kim started munching on her. Yeah, they was getting a munch on. Okay, everybody get your munch on. Everybody get your munch on. Say. All right, Daryl, I cannot connect to you because it says devices is not working. So you're going to have to fix that. So that just hit us with a shocker. But also, Nancy Grace is on the case, and she has a lot to say about the fake apology. So I wanted to get on that. And what are your thoughts about the new lawsuit? Are you standing with the new lady that's coming out with the new lawsuit? Press 1 if you stand with the new victim that just came out. Press 5 if you feel like you need to wait a minute before you decide to throw your support her way. How do you guys feel about the new lawsuit that just hit Diddy? How do you feel about Kim Porter being painted as a monster? Because if this is true, then Kim Porter also was essaying women, because Kim Porter knew that white woman did not want to mess with those black people. Two black people aren't a white woman. You know that don't sound good. A black man and a black woman took advantage and essayed a white woman. Girl, ain't that something? So it's a lot of these white women that are coming forward now, just like they did Bill Cosby, and they about to take Diddy to the bank. I hear they're going to clean up. They're making a lot of money. They plan on wiping Diddy empty. Diddy got a lot of money. They are chomping away bit by bit. They all want millions. Do you hear me? I always want to hear you. 3 alphabet soup each way. I'm looking in the comment section. I'm telling y'all now, Young Miami is about to get caught up. Well, Young Miami broke up with him. You know, she unfollowed him 2 days ago. What state did this allegedly happen in? Let me look in the reports. I don't have the state. I'm assuming New York. I have to do more digging. Let me look here. I'm gonna put up Diddy new lawsuit. Maybe it should come up 2 hours ago. Yeah. All right. So NBC, The Daily Beast, everybody is talking about it. Diddy new accuser describes his adolescence peen. All right, they got graphic detail of his Petey Weedy. All right, that's a lot. Diddy faces lawsuit by another woman who says hip hop. Okay. Uh-huh. Uh-uh-uh. In New York, she said that she met him in New York City in 1994. So this was in New York. For those of you that did not want to know, like you know, hold on, let me see if I can put this picture up if you guys want to see her face. Do y'all want to see her face? Who want to see her face? Press 7 if you want to see this lady face. All right, so here it is. I'm going to show you guys her face so you can get a picture of this new woman. This is the latest lawsuit. Show the face. We want to see this face. All right, so here is her face. This is the lady. Lord have mercy. What is this? Why is this always doing this to me? Huh? This is the lady. Now she don't want to show her face. Let me go back here. Just give me 1 second. All right, so I'm going down here with the picture. Let me pop it back up. So this is the lady face. All right, so you guys see her, white woman, no, gotta go to jail. Kevin Hart been very low doing all this. All right, so press 2 if you see this lady face, so we know we're all on the same aboard. All right. Uh-huh. So I'm gonna get more information about this lady. Everything is coming up now. Now, what is this? Lord. All these pop-ups. All these pop-ups. Are you guys surprised about this? And it's so sad. And she paints Kim Porter to be a monster. I cannot see Kim Porter doing that to anybody. I'm just so, I don't know what to believe. Do you guys believe that Kim Porter is a monster too? How this white lady is painting Kim Porter to be? She said Kim Porter and Diddy took turns on her. They both did it. Kim Porter cannot, we can't do nothing with Kim Porter because she's gone already. But press 5 if you feel like Kim Porter was a monster too. Press 7 if you feel like this is just lies. This is horrible. How could she even add Kim Porter in the mix? Because she could have left Kim Porter out, right? She didn't. She could have just said something about Diddy. But I guess she said, no, she's going to get all of them. Okay. She just going to mess Kim Porter's name up. I wonder what the kids think about this. They like, God damn, my mama and my daddy are predators. Okay. Because at this point, they looking at this like, damn, my mama was forcing women to eat the pie. Okay. I mean, this is a lot going on. This is a lot going on. Do y'all hear me? And she got pictures too. Is that Diddy Black Legs? I don't know. It looks like her. But she said that Diddy was showing her videos to her boyfriends, embarrassing her. She said Diddy had it out on her. Diddy could not get enough of this girl. Did you hear me? Diddy was obsessed with this girl. This is what she's alleging. She says she's tried to get away from Diddy so many times and he would not let up. And she said that Kim Porter made her life a living hell. She said anytime she would get a job, Kim Porter would follow her and make the owner fire her. I mean, this is a lot. This is a lot. Oh my goodness. So I'm just getting more information and I'm adding up for you guys. And I want to add Nancy Grace in here. Still, he managed to get revenge by calling her boss and demanding she was fired. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. He had control over her. You understand? And they say once you become Diddy's victim, you become his victim for life because Brother Man has a problem of controlling women. And y'all gonna learn, y'all cannot do this to women. Y'all gotta stop doing this to women. We gotta fight against DV. Oh, they about to nail him and hang him on the cross. Do you hear me? Because Diddy, Kim Porter, Lord, I hope Cassie ain't doing this stuff. Do you think somebody gonna call out Cassie for doing some stuff too? Huh? An error setting your camera. Please check on your internet. Is my internet still on, y'all? Lord have mercy. Okay. Is my internet still going on? All right, so I want to go here. And the phone lines are open. I want to go here for 1 second. I want to add Nancy Grace because she has a lot of stuff to say about about this fake apology. And then we're going to come back with new reports of the new victim.
Sean Puffy Combs, aka Diddy, aka P. Diddy, we saw the video of you brutally beating and kicking and dragging Cassie, and now you apologize. Now, apology not accepted. I'll see you in court. Good evening. I'm Nancy Grace. This is...
Oh, shucks. Now, you know, when Nancy Grace get a hold of this, baby, he is done. Especially with all these victims coming out. When I tell you, Diddy is Reynolds, Diddy is going to jail. Make no mistake about it. He is going to fry in jail. Do you hear me loud and clear? Once Nancy get a hold of this, baby, it's Reynolds.
Stories. Thank you for being with us.
All right, so I'm going to fast forward this part.
I hit rock bottom, but I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm so sorry. But I'm committed to be a better man each and every day. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry.
I don't know about you, but he looks like he's reading to me all that, I'm sorry, technical legal term, BS. He's not sorry he did it. He's sorry he got caught. Have you seen?
And that's right, Nancy. That's what everybody is saying. He is not sorry he did it, but he's sorry he got caught. Tiffany said it, which is Cassie's friend, and so many other people said he is upset that he got caught. But make no mistake about it, he is not apologetic. A lot of people are biting the bait and they feel that, well, maybe you guys should give him another chance. Maybe if he go to church and redeem himself. And a lot of people are seeing through the bull crap, just like Nancy said. Nancy said, no, no, no. She sees through it. and she feels that he is faking a funk and this was not sincere. He has no sincere bone in his body. Do you hear me? Let's go, Nancy.
The video. This video is from CNN. They obtained it. Look at this. Look at this.
Nancy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh!
He didn't bother to wait to put on any pants. Run, Diddy.
Run, girl.
There you go. Yeah. Attack. Throwing her.
Oh, my God.
It looks like a star punter.
This is bad.
Look, that's not all.
What?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
yeah.
Nancy,
And
no.
there's more. Please
more.
keep it going. There you go. That's the other surveillance video from another floor.
Wow.
He's got her bag and her stuff. Now wait, look in the distance. Okay, yes. If you look at the end,
God.
he's
gonna start throwing that vase.
Picks up a vase.
Ow.
This
This is too
You know
much.
what?
This is too much.
I just watch that all day long. Now, how is it at that time no charges were filed?
Right.
And you know, hotel security saw the whole thing. Do you believe his apology? Is it not a day late and $1 short? Apparently other people agree with me. Listen.
Yes, they do.
According to Ernest Owens, Sean Diddy Combs is only apologizing because he got caught. Owens calls Combs' apology another pathetic move, pointing out that Combs does not acknowledge Cassie Ventura by name or directly apologize to her.
That's true.
Combs has previously denied Ventura's allegations repeatedly, but this latest Caught in the Act video has changed his tune. Owens says it is hard to take anything Diddy says seriously following several prior written attacks on his accusers.
Now, what written attacks are we talking about? I got to tell you something.
What?
There are a lot of criminal defense attorneys out there. This one will win your case. Ben Brofman. That's where you go when there's nowhere to go. Ben Brofman. He's representing Sean Combs, aka Diddy.
Oh, I gotta see him.
Cassie Ventura's lawsuit against Diddy includes a very specific event from March of 2016 where Ventura alleges that Diddy became extremely intoxicated and punched Ventura in the face, giving her a black eye. Diddy's lawyer, Ben Brafman, tells People in a statement that Combs vehemently denies these offensive and outrageous allegations and alleges that Ventura is filing the lawsuit after first demanding $30 million or she would write a book about their relationship. Brafman says Ventura is seeking a payday.
Now, remember, the lawyer is the mouthpiece for the defendant. The lawyer doesn't say anything that the defendant doesn't want said. So when you hear Brofman saying, oh, Cassie Ventura, she's just wants money. Nothing happened to her. This is BS. Yeah, no, we've seen the video. And I want you to take another look at the video from our friends at CNN, my former TV home. There goes Cassie, barefoot, trying to sneak out.
Barefoot.
Take it in, everybody. There's a lot of telltale signs here. He is coming out with nothing but his socks and a towel on. What was, immediately a blow to the head.
Wow.
Kicking her while she's down like a star punter. Grabbing her after she's immobilized and literally dragging her off like a caveman.
Wow.
She sits up holding her head, looking back to find out if he's coming back at her.
Yeah.
He's got all of her stuff.
And she decided to get back on that phone. She wanted to get out of there. Do you hear me? She wanted to leave. She did not want to stay there. And that's sad that, oh my God, Cassie, we are so sad for you. And so many women are coming out. And the other victim that's coming out, did you guys know? She is working with the Blackburn dude, the Nigerian dude from Africa, the dude that was on Little Ride case. Guess what? These white women, they're signing up under that Blackburn dude, girl. Yes, he's getting all Diddy victims. He is going around collecting Diddy victims. And I believe that he was also coming for DJ Academics. Honey, I don't know what he's doing, but that Tyrone Blackburn, He just collecting all the victims, honey. He's trying to take down academics, Diddy. He's coming for all of y'all. And I won't be surprised if he go and get that Joe Budden dude. Yes, I would not be surprised. Look at this.
She picks up the phone. Did you see that? She picks up the
Yeah,
phone.
she picked up the phone.
He is not having any of that. And in a rage, throws a vase, a glass vase.
A glass
I believe,
vase.
at her.
That is so dangerous, you guys. Throwing a glass vase at her. How many cuts she probably had. I mean, this is very dangerous and so reckless. He don't care about nothing or nobody. And it's, oh God, it's sad. It is sad. It is sad. Man, oh man.
That happened. And all of his denying and claiming. And remember, this is important. That's what he says about all the women that are claiming he abused them. They all want a payday. I don't believe that anymore. With me, an all-star panel to make sense of what we know right now. But first, straight out to Kayla Brantley, investigative reporter, dailymail.com, on the case from the beginning. You know, I think this is just the beginning, Kayla, but bring me up to date as of right now.
Absolutely, Nancy. And as you said, Diddy's only apologizing right now because he got caught. Everyone sees right through that apology, including Cassie Ventura, who released a statement via her lawyer, who called Diddy's apology pathetic, essentially. He's saying that Cassie's saying that he's only compelled to speak out now because of this damning evidence. And as you very well may know, that abusers, it's not just an isolated incident. We can assume that this has happened before. Cassie,
you know, it has happened before. It happened so many times. And I want to let you guys know, feel free to call in. We want to know what your thoughts about this and the new victim, okay? Nancy Gray, she's on the case, and she is going to get Diddy one way or another. Yes, make sure you like. So I do have new updates on the new victim. If you guys want me to play more updates for the new victim, please press 2. Let me know so I can replay some new case on the new victim. If you guys did not know, it's a new victim that is coming forward and letting everybody know that Diddy and Kim Porter SA'd her. Okay, they both did stuff. All right, so here it is. I'm going to play the beginning of what I played earlier, and I'm going to add more to it. So listen to this. It's about ready.
Another woman is accusing Diddy of rape. According to TMZ, the woman claims the assault started in the 1990s. April Lamprose says she was a student at the Fashion Institute of Technology, and Diddy offered to mentor her in the fashion industry. She claims Diddy showered her with gifts before raping her. She says she felt like the walls were closing in on her the next morning when she woke up nude, sore, and confused. She says Diddy took advantage of her desire for success as a college student. She claims months later he lured in with music events, and once they were together again, he forced her to give him oral sex. Allegedly, Lamprose says she began to ignore his calls and advances, which made Diddy angry. She says he threatened to blackball her in the industry if she continued ignoring him. Lamprose says he ordered her to his apartment one time where she was allegedly forced to have sex with Kim Porter while Diddy watched and masturbated before allegedly raping her again. She says she broke things off with Diddy in 1998. However, she says Kim ran into her while she was working at a diner and made the owner fire her or be forced to have Diddy shut her restaurant down. During her last run-in with Diddy, she claims he tried to assault her again, but she fought him off. Lamprose alleges that sexual videos of her and Diddy have been shown to her boyfriends in an attempt to embarrass her. She is suing Diddy for sexual assault, battery, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. Thoughts? A seventh accuser in 6 months came forward on Thursday to accuse Sean Diddy Combs of violently sexually assaulting her, bringing a bombshell lawsuit in which she lays out a series of harrowing claims and describes his genitalia in detail. April Lamprose was a student at New York City's Fashion Institute of Technology when she met Combs in 1994, according to the suit, which the Daily Beast obtained moments after it was filed in New York State Supreme Court. Knowing she dreamed of working in the fashion industry, Combs, now 54, dangled the promise of helping kickstart her career, promising to mentor her and introduce her to industry executives, the complaint states. Soon after their meeting, Combs allegedly began to love bomb her, showering her with gifts and flowers, including a handwritten Valentine's Day note. But the rapper's behavior towards her had taken a darker turn by that summer, turning theirs into an aggressive, coercive, and abusive relationship based on sex, according to the lawsuit. Over a period stretching from 1995 to 1998, there were 4 terrifying sexual encounters MS. Lamprose endured at Combs' hands, the complaint alleges. She eventually found the courage to leave him around 1998. It states, but not before Combs and then girlfriend Kim Porter got her fired from the bar where she worked. At the time she ended their relationship, MS, Lamprose recalls Mr. Combs' penis being adolescently sick in both length and width, the lawsuit says. She recalls him being circumcised and remembers a tattoo on his chest. Lamprose's lawyer, Tyrone Blackburn, filed the suit on Thursday evening under the Gender Motivated Violence Act, a New York measure that allows victims of gender-based violence to file civil claims even after the statute of limitations has expired. Unlike the Adult Survivors Act, which expired last November, the legislation has a filing deadline of 2025. My quote would be, Res Appius Eloquator Blackburn told the Daily Beast, using the Latin phrase meaning literally the thing speaks for itself. Blackburn also provided a statement from Lamprose, who said, I'm confident that justice will prevail and the veil will be removed so that no other woman will have to endure what I did. A spokesperson for Combs did not immediately return a request for comment on Thursday. Lamprose says in the lawsuit that she first became involved with Combs shortly after his son Justin was born. Combs would often invite her to his Bad Boy recording studios to impress her, the lawsuit states. Included in the filing are photos of Lamprose and Combs, as well as images of Lamprose at a house identified as the rapper's Florida home. Combs even went so far as to invite MS Lamprose to his first Father's Day celebration. The suit goes on, including photographs of the invitation. However, what appeared to be Combs' generosity quickly manifested into an aggressive, coercive, and abusive relationship based on sex, the suit alleges. It claims Combs never let Lamprose tell anyone about their alleged relationship because he didn't want anyone to know he was dating a white woman. Although Combs flew Lamprose to see him in various cities around the United States, he first assaulted her at Manhattan's Millennium Hotel, according to the lawsuit. Lamprose had met up with Combs earlier in the evening at a bar on Houston Street where she drank lightly, the lawsuit states. A third person, a woman whose name is redacted in court filings, was with Combs. It says, when Combs and Lamprose left the bar and were driven to the hotel, Lamprose began to feel like the walls were closing in on her, according to the suit. She was laid on the hotel bed where Mr. Combs forced himself on top of her, the suit continues. Mr. Combs began to kiss MS Lamprose, and as she turned her head, trying to avoid the interaction, he grabbed her face. Mr. Combs continued to kiss her forcefully. MS Lamprose informed him that she wasn't feeling well, but he ignored her words and continued to take off her clothing. MS Lamprose tried to hold onto her clothing, but she felt weak and powerless in this situation. MS Lamprose pleaded with Mr. Combs to stop, and he ignored her. MS Lamprose was being raped by Mr. Combs, and she soon passed out. When she woke up the next morning, the lawsuit says Lamprose was nude, sore, and confused, and that she put her clothes on and left the hotel room as quickly as possible. Still, Combs used his power and access to music industry events to lure MS Lamprose back to him, floating promises of access to his industry to pursue her passion, the lawsuit contends. MS Lamprose was a hopeful yet naive college student and took Mr. Combs at his word and believed that the first rape was a possible mulligan and decided to give him a second chance, it states. Lamprose, who at the time had an internship at Arista Records, agreed to meet with Combs near his apartment, where he managed to regain her trust. Everything seemed to be back to normal until Combs forced himself on Lamprose for a second time, the lawsuit alleges. This time, the attack occurred at a Midtown parking garage. According to the suit, there, a slightly inebriated Combs allegedly forced Lamprose to her knees, unzipped his pants, and forced his penis into her mouth, the suit states. As MS Lamprose's eyes filled with tears, she could see the parking garage attendant witnessing this horrific assault. The suit continues. This had no impact on Mr. Combs. When Mr. Combs was done with her, he told her to get up. MS. Lamprose was in shock, morally depleted, embarrassed, and in physical agony. Again, Lamprose decided to cut things off with Combs, who came back with more expensive presents and empty promises, according to the suit. This time, however, Combs became enraged at being turned down, adopting a mobster persona that frightened Lamprose. The lawsuit says she felt stuck with him, and the suit says his connections could ensure her compliance with his demands. In 1996, several hours into a night of drinking at Combs' Manhattan apartment, he forced Lamprose and his then-girlfriend Kim Porter to take ecstasy, according to the lawsuit. Mr. Combs forced the pill down their throats to ensure the pills were swallowed, the lawsuit alleges. Mr. Combs' hands were so far down MS Lamprose's throat she gagged. He even checked under their tongues. He then ordered Lamprose and Porter to have sex, warning Lamprose that he could make her lose her job if she refused, according to the complaint. After watching them for a time, Combs eventually shoved Porter off Lamprose and allegedly forced his penis inside her. Lamprose recalled being numb and emotionally checked out during the rape, the suit says. By 1998, Lamprose left Combs, having finally suffered enough, her lawsuit explains.
All right. How did you guys enjoy it? Did I do good reading? Comment, let me know. Press 3 if my reading the article was excellent. Do you hear me? All right. So we are taking calls. You guys like that? I love it. I love it. You guys hear exactly what was said in the article, and this was from this lady. We are taking calls from this. Do you guys believe what she is alleging, or do you think some of this is BS? Comment. Good job. Thank you, First Lady. Very professional. Thank you, Island Girl. You know I try, girl. You know I try. Okay. Can I sue you for reading that? I'm traumatized. No, you cannot sue me, baby. Thought I recognized your beautiful voice. You know my voice, baby. Sometimes sounds like something he would do. All right, Shelly Boo, are you there? How you doing, girl?
Yeah, I'm just blown away with the way the floodgates is opening up. This stuff is crazy. But you know, they was on drugs all the time, so it could be true. If he's saying Kim helped him, and sometimes he got these other ladies to help him, they were on drugs all the time. He was forcing them to do drugs. But you know what? It's they proven to Diddy that he's going down. Once they start putting white women in the mix and accusing him of everything, he definitely going down. You know how it was quiet when Cassie first came out and he paid her? It got quiet for a minute there. But then all of a sudden, people started coming out saying he did this and he did that. So, they just wanted him to know we still on you. But now in that situation
I will tell you that Blackburn dude is leading the charge. The Blackburn dude, he is gathering up all the victims.
I see. Because these two I guess it's two white women now.
Two white women.
Yeah, and it seemed like he loves getting topped off too, don't he? Everybody now that's claiming.
According to them, yes. According to them, allegedly. Yeah.
Every time you hear how it start off, he want them to top them off first. So I could believe that, because even the men say that. So I guess he like top. But now the lady with the dress, that's just nasty. The one that said she kept she kept the clothes that
that was the other day, the white girl. Yeah. So now these women are in their 50s. So they're telling us. I would love to see what they look like now. But OG, don't you want to see? OG, how you doing, sweetheart?
I'm good, Messy. How you doing?
Good. What are your thoughts about this new victim speaking out and Nancy Grace on the case?
Ooh, child. Diddy. Oh, what a tangled web we weave, Diddy.
Diddy did it.
When at first you deceived, and you has deceived so many times, Diddy. You've been an awful bad boy, a horrible, monstrous, predatorial boy, Diddy. And your day is coming and your downfall. This is absolutely nefarious. He's catching up with Bill Cosby in the number of women and the number of lawsuits and the number of cases, right? And for this incident, now this witness has also involved Kim Porter. And I don't know if we should be surprised at that, guys, honestly, because I don't know if you all knew that Kim Porter was bisexual. She was. She liked women too. And she would engage in the threesomes along with Diddy, whether it was men or women. So we should not be surprised by this. Now, was Kim Porter the mean girl that's being described in this case, where the girl said that Kim Porter caused her to lose her job and be fired from her job? That's also possible. With the coercion and the persuasion and the pressure of Diddy, I'm pretty sure he forced Kim to do a lot of things, right? And also, with that being said, we can see why Kim Porter probably know hell a lot of secrets that Diddy has done is because she possibly have partaken in some of them. And if she was going to write a book and expose him, that's very possible that he could have helped her meet her untimely demise. It all kind of makes sense. I digress for now.
All right, you don't got no more. I thought you were just gonna keep going.
No, I mean, I'm just gonna see what you got to say just from even that mouthful. I mean, because really, we should not be surprised. Are you surprised, Messy, that Gigi, that Kim Porter's name is being brought up in lawsuits now? Are you surprised at
Yes,
hearing?
yes, I am. Yes, I am.
I'm
I
not.
have Kim Porter to be an innocent victim as long as with Cassie. So am I surprised that she's bi? No. I mean, who's not bi nowadays? Everybody.
Hmm. What?
Gender is fluidly. So I don't care about that. But the
Hmm.
fact that it was painting her as like she
A
forced
mean
herself
girl.
on the girl. And
Yeah,
people want to know, why did this girl keep coming back? I mean, she got
yeah,
essayed
4 times.
several times. So
Hmm.
why did she keep coming back? I don't know. I want to believe it, but then again, with these Caucasians coming out the woodwork with the Blackburn dude, and I don't trust the Blackburn dude.
Hmm.
I side eye. I'm not sure. I'm not going to be 100% down. Only person I'm 100% down with is Cassie. But if
Hmm.
they are victims, they are victims. I'm not taking that away. I'm
Yeah,
just saying, only place I'm going to give flowers to is Cassie. These other
yeah.
women, I'm just gonna allow them to do them. I ain't gonna tear them down, but
No,
I'm
I'm not
not
tearing
running
down.
through the fence.
Yeah, no, I'm not tearing them down, but we understand how coercion works, right? Like if you with a guy and there's another girl involved and you're this guy's main woman, but now here's another woman come involved. Now he's already coercing you and he's already abusing you. He's already forcing you to do things you really don't want to do. And then he forces you to engage in things with another woman, right? So you feel a way about that because then now there's another party involved. He's forcing this issue, right? So it's the same thing as Cassie's. I mean, Kim Porter's friend said about Cassie. She said that Kim Porter would tell her that it was times when she was at the house laying in the bed that Diddy will walk in with Cassie and make Kim Porter get up out the bed so that Cassie can lay in the bed. So it's like he pity patted these women against each other in some sense. And women can be petty and catty when they're competing for the attention, the admiration, the money, the fame, the whatever of said man. At the same time, they're being coerced and abused by them. It could be two things right at the same time. You know what I mean? So I'm just in this sense, with her bringing up Kim Porter's name, I'm saying I'm not surprised that it's because I know that it's been known in the industry that Kim Porter engaged in threesomes with Diddy, whether it was men or women involved, because Diddy was bi as well. So either way it go, I'm not surprised at that. Now, when it comes to did Diddy force and coerce Kim to call that girl's job and say that she tried to poison her and you better fire her and Diddy is my man and if you don't fire her, Diddy's going to pull his resources. Absolutely, that's possible. Could it be possible there was a little mean girl there? Absolutely could be some mean girl actions on Kim Porter's part as well as Cassie's part. I believe that a lot of that probably could have taken place when it comes to the competition, right? For as women compete sometimes when it comes to a man and vice versa. That's all I'm saying. They all were victims. I definitely believe that, but there's a lot of coercion, and Diddy forced them both to take mollies, to take ecstasy, and things like that before they engaged and encountered in the intercourse together. But she talks about in that lawsuit a particular part about Kim kind of being forceful with her. But Kim's not here to defend that. So Kim absolutely is going to be obsolete in that situation. Diddy is actually the one that's still alive and have to answer to it. Kim debt is paid because she's no longer on this earth. She has to answer to a higher power now. But the question is, Diddy, this is lawsuit number 8. What do you got to say about this particular lawsuit? Is this woman just coming for money too? I'm just throwing all options out there on the table because he said it wasn't true about Cassie. That they just all wanted a money grab. And then the video came out. So now, Diddy, what you gonna say about lawsuit number 8? Are you gonna make an apology again? Probably not, because you're busted and you're about to go down. All of this is going to play a part in his main uh, trial when he goes to trial as to character, right? As to all these allegations. Some is being proven by pictures. So he can't say he didn't know these women. He wasn't with these women. He didn't spend time with these women. And guess what? If that man that fired this woman is still alive and remember that incident, he could be called as a witness. Yes, I fired her. Yes, Kim called down there and forced me to fire her. So yeah. So again, she put this in this lawsuit. So now you involving other parties. So now, could it be that her old boss can say, "Yeah, we fired her because A, B, C, D, E, F, G," if it's known to be true? Is she lying or is she telling the truth? All of this has to be proven in a court of law.
Keep talking, OG. They love you talking. They love
No,
you more than they love my talking points. They say, yes, that's a smart caller. That's a smart woman. Go ahead, OG. Just take over. I'm on
no,
phone
I
calls.
want to take over your platform, but I was hoping,
OG, I don't mind you taking over my platform. You make the audience happy and you may be well more informed on these cases.
Yeah, and I was hoping KFC be up here because I really want to be interesting to hear what she had to say. But guys, we always have to think, both sides of the spectrum, right? Because I believe that there's absolute truth to both sides of the spectrum. I believe that a lot of these women, starting from Kim Porter owned, well, Misa, go back as far because Misa was the first baby mama, right? And when you're looking at Misa being friends with Kim Porter, see, y'all got to remember, all these women were friends. They all hung out together in a clique and they all end up sleeping with and having children with Diddy. Misa and Kim Porter were friends. Kim Porter, Misa, and Kimora were friends. Kim Porter, Misa, Kimora, and Mary J. Blige were friends. And all of these men, with the exception of Kimora, who went with Russell, slept with Diddy, and including Mary J. Blige, you guys. Now, it's alleged that she got pregnant by Diddy and Mary J. Blige and was forced to have an abortion, and it messed her up so bad that's why she can't have children. Now, I'm going to say allegedly to that, but that was going around in the music industry way back in the day, right? So when you look at it, it makes sense. And it makes sense that all these women that hung out in this clique together, right? At some point in time, their relationships with Diddy overlapped each other. First, it was Misa, then it was Kim, then in between those was Mary J. Blige, right? And then later on, you got I forgot Sarah Chapman. Sarah Chapman was also their friend. She was their friend as well. And check this out. 3 of the women that Diddy had relations with, he went behind Tupac. Tupac used to go with Sarah Chapman. Diddy went behind Tupac with Sarah Chapman. Tupac used to go with Lisa Ray. Diddy went behind Tupac with Lisa Ray. Tupac used to go with Sally Richardson. Diddy went behind Tupac with Sally Richardson. Don't know if y'all guys know that. That's 3 for sure that I know of that Tupac was with that Diddy went behind. And look at the situation with Kim Porter. Diddy met Kim Porter when she worked for Uptown Records. She's in the studio with Al B. Sure, and Quincy was just a baby, y'all. Now, this is what I heard in the music industry, and I was on the blues sector, but these are like people know people, right? Whether it be your road managers, your agents, whatever, right? And people talk, you guys. So there was this rumor that Diddy walks in the studio where Kim Porter is with Quincy. Quincy wasn't been too long been born. She in the studio with Al B. Sure, who was cutting their record, Forever My Lady, for Jodeci. He wrote it for Kim, but Jodeci got the song, right? In comes Diddy in the studio. Now he knows that Kim Porter is with Al B. Sure. And guess what he does? After Al B. Sure turns his back, he tells everybody how he's going to take Kim Porter away from Al B. Sure. This is the kind of low down, dirty scum that Diddy is. He wanted something that everybody else had, and he went behind everybody that was anybody in the industry to get they woman just so he can say, I pulled Al B. Sure woman. I pulled 3 of Tupac's woman. Who else woman can I pull? You see what I'm saying? He is the most monstrous, narcissistic monster, predator that I've ever seen in my life. And I don't think that this is the end. We on lawsuit number 8, you guys. Lawsuit number 8. In the state of New York alone, there was, since that new law, there was over 3,000 new lawsuits put out on people for SA and groping, since that new law extended the time for people. So that's why you see these people coming out of the woodworks, and you see them coming out of woodworks because guess what? It's not like they wasn't trying years ago, guys. Don't think that. There were women that were trying years ago to press charges against Diddy, but no attorneys would touch him. That's how big he was. That's how powerful and resourceful he was in the business. There are women that went to attorneys and they would not touch the case. So it took someone of Cassie's stature in the industry to file the first lawsuit. And then the floodgates came open. Please know that, guys. It's not like it wasn't these women coming out of the woodworks after all these years. It's women that tried years ago to get Diddy, to bring him down. Diddy was untouchable from the time of the college tragedy all the way up until Cassie filed this lawsuit. You're talking 3 decades, guys, of this type of behavior, of monstrous behavior. 3 decades. And finally, somebody started the floodgates of taking him down. Didn't nobody pay no attention to that girl Gina when she said Cassie, when she said Diddy beat her so bad, made her have a miscarriage. You know why? Because she wasn't a celebrity. She was just another woman talked about DV and being abused. Oh well. But when Cassie came out with the lawsuit and said it, and now the video is out, everybody's like, oh, now we believe it's for real now. It's for real now. But see, when Gina told that story on Tasha K, what, in 2019? Yeah. Yeah, we was like, oh, we so sorry that happened to you, but everybody know how Diddy is. Oh well, la-di-da, business as usual. But it's not business as usual anymore because the floodgates are opening now. People are not afraid to talk and come forward now, men and women. And Diddy is done. Whether he goes to jail or not, he'll never have a career again, and he's going to be damn near flat broke after paying all these lawsuits. If the law don't get him and punish him first, because Cassie done got hers. She got her whatever 30, 40, 50 million that she got, right? And now you got all these other multi-million-dollar lawsuits. He's going to be broke and destitute. And if he gets any jail time, it's a done deal. If he don't run somewhere to Bali where Russell Simmons is, somebody like Diddy, I don't know, wouldn't be surprised if he wouldn't self-delete himself. Because I don't know if he can take 20, 30, 40 years behind bars. And even though it'll be a federal offense, which is pretty much a walk in the park, just going to a country club for him, but I don't know if he can deal with that. He may allegedly pull a Epstein. I'm just saying. But I digress for now.
Nah, stay right there. Don't you go nowhere. Let's take some phone calls. Hold on. No, we need you to stay.
Okay, I'll stay for a little bit.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you turn your TV down? You're speaking
Yes,
with
I did. I
GG
just
and OG. Talk to us.
Okay. Well, the details that this lady has with her talking, how come you don't have a book out there or pushing some kind of documentary or something? Because this was the most detailed type of story that I've heard. Now, I've always known that in this music and television industry, that type of thing goes on. It's been going on. That's how Epstein's situation was, because he has bigger celebrities and bigger dollars and politicians, but the details is what was killing me, because I laid here for a while. I forgot the other person was even on the line. I'm listening to you preach the story, and it's like, damn, where did you get all this information from? Because I already knew, but I didn't know through the detail. But I already knew that all of this kind of stuff, it's been going on. It's been going on in the music industry, period. I own a recording studio myself. I've seen some of the producers do some things to new artists trying to come through, and I check them. So I understand when you got this power, because that's what it comes down to. It's money, it's power, and people chase that power, and they'll do some things strange for some change. And obviously, these people ran into Diddy and what he's been doing. I'm not surprised at it. He's done it to plenty other men also, went right along with it. I mean, Meek Mill's career is starting to suffer now because the word came out about what they did to him. Now, Meek was the thug, on the street type thing, but we know he got bent over. And there's others that it done happened to. It's all out the box now. So he's going to lose. He's definitely going to lose whatever empire he built. Now, he did good music. His companies did good music over the years. But besides the music, the personal stuff is what killed him. And I knew it was going to happen. I didn't know when it was going to happen, but I knew it was going to happen. Now you have what you have. So I just want to make a suggestion. y'all two should probably have some kind of program where y'all can go back and forth, because first time I ever heard you, I just recently started listening to your program, the host.
Thank you.
But girlfriend, you killed it. You're telling a story, and not just this story. It seems like you can go into in some other areas, because politics are not being touched by us at all. And I just watched Clarence Thomas here and tell us we're about to get rid of the black rights and voting, and we don't hear none of that. We hear no conversations on that, and this is going to affect us, our children, our grandchildren, because of what these people are doing. And you have no conversation of. We're talking about Umar. We're talking about, these are like side issues. They don't affect our lives. It's some shit for us to talk about right now, but that's all it is. It's some talk about. It's some gossipy shit. But at the end of the day, when I walk out of the street and a cop pull me over and I don't have what he think I should have, well, we got a whole nother issue. Rights are concerned. Who we put in office concerned. And these are the things that we're not discussing. And this is more detrimental to our day-to-day life. I mean, I think we need to I really think we need to step our game up. Because when you get on there and you start talking about these topics, we want to find out about you. We want to find out about what you know and where you're going at with it. And how can that help our growth and development? Because the same thing that's happening amongst all of these hoods around the country, they all happening in your hood too. So that means something we're not doing right to allow all of these things to continue to happen. That's
Absolutely. And we've watched the effects of this happening that has really kind of destroyed R&B music, really has kind of destroyed, along with gangster rap, that destroyed the hip hop industry. I've watched. I was on the blues sector, right? I've been in the business for 30 years, and I didn't have to be in R&B or rap to hear things, because, like I said, it's people that I know in the business that know people that are on that side of the spectrum in R&B, in rap, and things of that nature, right? So I watched the trajectory of R&B damn near become obsolete as a genre. And then I watched rap just continuously plummet down. And we bought into all of this. There is no way on God's green earth that two men, meaning Diddy and Jay-Z, should have the power, two black men should have the power that they have in the industry, where that they can gatekeep and close doors for people's opportunities. When did it become in those genres of music where if you don't put out, you don't get out as an artist? When did it become that the sex sells more than the talent? And we bought all into that, and we're still buying into that. So now it's time for the destruction of that trajectory to be torn down and to be rebuilt over again. That's what I would like to see. And it's going to take, take the Diddy's and the Jay-Z's and the likes, even their white counterparts, because we know that's really the white counterparts at the top that is the puppet masters, right? That's dangling the carrots of the Jay-Z's and of the Diddy's of the world, right? So it has to start from the top. But we know that somebody like Clive Davis, who is now 91 years old, nothing's going to happen to him. He got one foot in the grave. He's not going to spend a day in jail, you guys. So guess what they're going to do? They're going to make Diddy, and they're going to make the Jay-Z's and the people like them, because I'm hearing that they coming after Jay-Z next. They're going to make them the face of everything nefarious, when we know that if it wasn't for Clive Davis, there wouldn't be a Diddy, Andre Harrell, Russell Simmons, Jay-Z. I could go on and on with these men that have over the decades done nefarious things to women and men in the industry. And now the candle was burnt on both ends, and it's burning out. So this legacy needs to be washed away, and it needs to start fresh, and it needs to start new. And it has to happen, guys. It has to happen for a new era to come in.
It has to. I agree with you 100%. And I'm glad that you are aware of what happened in the music industry for it to go in the direction that it did. Because when I looked at what happened after NWA in the 1990s, and I looked at from that point on, there was no good hip hop. It was everything was gangster, kill, niggas.
Okay, I'm sorry, sir. Your phone is going in and out. The audio, it just went bad all of a sudden. All right, I'll put you back on hold. Sorry about that. So we do have more calls. Shelly, I still have you here, but sometimes, Shelly, your background make noise, so that's why I put you down sometime. Calling from 2202, you're live on the air. And hey, Rashida, how are you?
Hey Gigi, hey everyone. Hey OG, Shelly
Hey, how are
Blue.
you, Rashida?
Good.
Stephanie donated $10. Dang, I'm late. What did Nancy say? We'll get back to Nancy as well. But Rashida, what are your thoughts about the new victim?
I'm not shocked, and there's gonna be plenty more coming out. Everybody, I told Tisa was saying it, and we knew it. That slowly but surely, everybody is working the backgrounds. It takes some time for the feds and Homeland Security to talk to everybody, figure out who on the tapes, figure out who want to talk, who don't. But it's gonna be way more than this. This is not. This is not even. I wouldn't even say it's the beginning. It's the tip.
All right. 202, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, I just want to. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just want to say this whole thing with Diddy is very much so crazy, and I definitely think it is time for him to go down.
Okay. Yeah, it's time for him to go down. Thank you so much for calling and letting us know. It is time for Diddy to go down. All right. Calling from 301. You're live on the air.
Yeah, what's up, Gigi? How you doing?
Good. OG, you got your wish.
What's
Hey,
up, What's up, KFC? Let's have the conversation.
How you doing? Okay, well, I want
I'm
to say
good. How are you doing?
everything you were saying about Diddy, I disagree.
Of course.
If you go back and look at that video, the one that they showed after Diddy attacked Cassie in the hall, you see how he walked away with the bag? He didn't care about it no more, did he?
Yes, he did. He dragged her halfway back.
Right, but I'm saying she was able to get up and go to the phone, right?
He dragged her halfway back to the room.
Okay, wait. I'm still, but KFC, I'm trying to find out what's your point, because what does that have to do with the price of tea and China?
Still, the incident that happened to Diddy in the hall, yes, that looks bad. Yes, that makes him look like a horrible person, but it doesn't prove anything. It doesn't. What does it prove? Because still, this man hasn't been charged for nothing.
It does prove something, KFC. It proves to his character and his credibility in court. That is the whole reason why they released this this video and it went viral. It's gonna mean a lot when it comes to character and credibility in court. So that's not true, KFC.
Let me just say this real quick.
Well, hold on, KFC. Did you hear about the new victim?
I heard about the victim and what they were saying about the dress. But if you have all of that,
no, not that one. It's another new one, KFC.
It's a new
not
one.
That one.
It's going to be 100 of them come out.
She said that Kim Porter and Diddy made her do the do.
I don't believe that.
She
because
said
who's going to
Diddy
stand back and allow two people to do that to them and not do anything at all?
She said Diddy essayed her 3 or 4 times and she kept going back because he kept on giving her a lot of gifts.
Have you ever looked at it like they truly don't have nothing on this man? So now they got to use 2 white women to bring him down because they desperate.
Okay, so
maybe Diddy already tried to make wrong. to make right
KFC,
wrongs or whatever. That's why
KFC,
Jay was around him.
KFC. He has not been charged yet. You're right, as far as
But
under the court
so
of
he
law.
already did help.
KFC, you're correct. He has not been charged as far as in the court of law. But when he goes to court, that video is going to be a part of his case. It's going to go as, like I said, a part of credibility and character, right? And then if anything else is proven when it comes to things like the sex trafficking and all of that, if that's proven in court, it's a done deal. Yes, right now he has not been charged. He's a free man walking, but listen, they are conjuring up all types of evidence and things that they can. And even if he can't be criminally charged, these women can still take the stand as character witnesses. Do you understand that?
Okay, well, let me ask
Which
you a
will
question.
be damaging to his case.
Okay, well, OG, let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Monica Lewinsky kept the dress with Bill Clinton. Did anything happen to Bill Clinton?
No.
Did Clinton still get to remain to be president? How many girls you
Yes.
hear of when they go out on players? Let me ask you a question. How many stories have you heard of with NBA players when they go out on dates with some of these girls? These girls intentionally were putting holes in the condom so they could get pregnant, so they could have a child for a money grab.
Yeah, it's women that did that. You're
What are you saying
absolutely
about
right.
the dress with Diddy? That doesn't prove anything. That doesn't say anything.
But again, you just sat on this platform and you said that now they're bringing the white women in. So what do you think's going to happen now that the white women are brought in, KFC?
Because with the white women coming in, we all know, even with the missing white women syndrome, how white women get more attention than black women. That's why they're bringing it in to provide concrete proof. Because
if that's what you believe,
on him, he would be charged by now.
No, that's not true, KFC.
They're letting a black rapist stay on the loose.
KFC, that does not mean that they don't have anything on them because they haven't charged them yet. That takes time when it comes to Homeland Security. Trust and believe, KFC. KFC, trust and believe. They have something on Diddy, okay? They just has not formally charged him. Okay, they're still talking to witnesses. They're still they're still interviewing witnesses.
Diddy, but OG, let me ask you this: people keep saying what Diddy was doing on his record label. People coming up missing. Look at American Idol. Look how many people on American Idol have died. Nobody's not questioning that. Some of them have died from heart attacks. They've OD'd, everything. Nobody's not saying anything. But when it comes to a black music label,
but American Idol doesn't have a history of nefariousness the way that Diddy does. Do you see what the difference is here?
What about Nickelodeon?
Yeah, what about Nickelodeon? Could they have been grooming them? These young children?
I'm pretty sure that they were grooming them.
They were. And they're standing trial right now. They're being nailed to the cross as well. So it's not just the black man.
We gotta do right. Why every black label has to be doing something criminal?
But at the end of the day, they made it clear that he was doing these things, but they put out there that the higher ups that are not black men are the masterminds behind it. It's just that they got more power. That's being said too.
Yeah, like your Clive Davis. He's 91. Nothing's going to happen to Clive Davis, KFC.
Why are all the women old women? Why come no coming forward with anything?
No, what?
After Cassie, why did all this stuff stop? Why come no new women are coming out saying Diddy abused them?
Well, how do you know that there's not new women? How do you we don't know that. Every case does not have to be in the spotlight.
And it's not going to happen that fast. We talking about why you keep skipping past the fact that this man was doing things for decades. Do you know?
KFC, you said you didn't believe the Cassie. You said you didn't believe the Cassie incident, and then the video came out, and you're still saying it when you see it in black and white.
I noticed he took the bag. When they showed him dragging halfway on the floor, he let her go, and he walked back down to the room with a bag. Then she was able to get up and go to the phone, so he didn't care what she did after that.
Because he knew she couldn't go nowhere.
Come on, KFC. Come on, really now.
Okay, so why come he was more worried about the bag than getting her in the room?
Yo, if somebody is trying to hold you hostage, of course they're gonna take your stuff. He knew she couldn't go nowhere.
Why would they allow you to go get the phone? And then they
Because
walk
he knew she wasn't going nowhere. He had a whole team behind her that it didn't matter what she did at that point. Once he knew,
KFC, did you hear the bodyguard talk about this very incident? And after this incident, how he put her up in another hotel and he was the one that had to go check on Cassie every now and then after this very incident? Did you hear the bodyguard talk about that incident on when he interviewed with Pierce Morgan? Now you don't believe the security guard.
You can put her in your house.
Who do you believe, KFC? Because there's other people in the house that could
in your house.
Because there's a lot of witnesses that lived with him that could see the scars possibly he put up in a hotel to keep her away from people after he beat her up.
There would be no witnesses in the hotel, even though the camera's right there.
KFC.
I don't believe
There's things called glasses and hats and things that cover scars and bruises and black eyes and all of that. Okay.
In the house and tell her to stay in the room. You have to take her to this hotel and then take her to another hotel. That doesn't make sense.
It does make sense. If he wanted to keep her alone and didn't want anybody to see her or mess with her or didn't want her to be around anybody, it made sense that he would put her up in another hotel. He wouldn't keep her there where the incident happened, right? Because it's already on videotape. He had already paid for the video.
They're going to show black eyes.
What's that?
They're going to get her past the front desk, but they're going to open up the back door and they're going to put her on one of those. They deliver food to the room and push her to the new room. See, there's a lot there.
But KFC, we know that many people turned a blind eye when it came to Diddy and what he was doing to Cassie. Did you hear what the makeup artist came forward and said how many times she covered the bruises and black eyes with makeup for Cassie? Yeah. Did you hear that interview, KFC?
Let me ask you a question.
No. You asked me a lot of questions, KFC, and I answer yours. I need you to answer my question.
Okay, calm down. Okay, go ahead. Hey.
No, listen, I'm saying to you, did you not see the interview that the makeup artist said where she had to cover a bunch of bruises and black eyes and busted lips with makeup for Cassie? Did you see that interview?
I did, but you don't think that's suspicious?
Wait, no. Hold on, KFC. I'm not done. She said she witnessed Diddy come in there being loud, cursing, where she at, and close the door, and then you hear rumbling and bumbling. And wasn't nobody in there but Cassie and Diddy. And then Cassie comes out with bruises, black eyes, busted lips, and all of that. And she had to use makeup to cover her. You heard that, right?
I don't believe that.
So
I don't believe that.
Okay, KFC. Okay.
Because think about it.
So everybody's lying on Diddy. Everybody's lying on Diddy, KFC.
I say everybody's seen an opportunity to take their lie and get some cash off of it.
The makeup artist didn't make a dime. What are you talking about, KFC? The makeup artist didn't make a dime, KFC. The makeup artist didn't make a dime off of that. And she said she was afraid to come forward because Diddy would have her fired.
That's why they're coming out now, because they didn't make any money off of it.
No, that's not true. They're coming out now because it's safer for them to come out, KFC. They could have lost their jobs. That man had a lot of money, power, and resources. It
would be terrible for you to say it now because he hasn't been charged with that, and they're trying to build a case. Opposed to
and Tiffany Red said it. When Diddy walked in the room, everybody's demeanor changed. It was like everybody was fearful of him. Okay, so when he did things to Cassie, his bodyguards would form a circle around him so that he can handle his business with Cassie. Now, we're not going to act like we never seen him and his bodyguards and the things that he do that intimidate people. Even when he went and I was watching his interview that he did when he was on the podcast, his security standing behind him. He get up there, he like, no, everybody pour shots. Look me in my eyes. Look me in my eyes. This is how he talks to everybody. It's cool. It's very clear on who this
And
man is.
and KFC,
But
there
see,
were
let me ask you a question.
witnesses. There were witnesses, KFC, as to when people did try to intervene and help Cassie. He dangled a female off of a balcony. There were witnesses that testified, and guess what, KFC? He paid that young lady that he dangled off that balcony off in a lawsuit.
Okay, let me ask
So
you a
if he,
question.
Oh,
so
OG.
if he wasn't guilty, why would he pay her off? Why didn't he? Would he fight? If
Why
I
is it?
know
Let
I'm
me ask
in,
you a
no, no,
question.
no, 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 no. Hold on. If I know that I'm innocent of something, I'm gonna fight with every breath in my body to prove that I'm innocent. He paid Cassie within 24 hours, and he paid that young lady that he dangled off of that balcony.
OG, he dangled Wale off the balcony too.
Exactly. But I'm talking about the young lady. Wale didn't sue him. This young
No, he
lady
was
did.
scared.
The question real
Yeah.
quick. Let me ask you this. These are
You
all
you
former
KFC,
employees.
you got a lot
Not
of
new
questions
employees,
for
right?
me, and I answer your questions, but you are very
So you want to answer the
deflective
question
when
though.
I ask you my
These are all
questions.
former
That is
employees.
the
These are
difference
not new
between
employees, right?
me answering your questions and you answering mine. You deflect a lot, and
Well,
you got
OG, you
Let me
are
let
the
me ask you this one
host.
question
OG,
though.
you the host. You better let her know, OG. You better get her, OG.
Gigi. I gotta let her know. I gotta let her know, Gigi.
Let her
Let me ask
know,
you a
OG.
question. Why are these all old former employees? You don't think that's like if a person get fired from a job, do you think they say anything good about their previous employer? That doesn't make sense. This is all old former bodyguards. They want to get paid.
So
People
No,
want to
when
get
he
no,
paid.
got
but KFC, why does it matter if it was old? This is a history of someone that has decades of these type of behavior, this type of behavior. He's been doing it for decades. So you got these people that been around him for decades now finally coming out and speaking because he holds no threat over them. He cannot get him fired.
No,
He's
no.
in a weak state now. He don't have any resources or power to do anything
right,
to anybody anymore. He can't
right,
pick up a phone and make a call and say, I want this person fired. He can't call a radio station no more and have Wendy Williams fired or anybody else fired. He can't. You know why? Because all of his power sources has left him.
then right.
They
Tell it,
exerted.
OG.
He don't have it anymore. That's why they feel safe now coming out. He's not a
Because
threat
that
to
money
them
was his
anymore.
power. That money was his power.
Not just the money, but the resources and the people that he know.
Right.
Everybody that he knew within power that he made a phone call to. When he had Wendy Williams fired, he made a phone call to the radio station, to the general manager, and got her fired. Do you remember that, KFC, or no?
Wendy Williams was on drugs too.
Oh my
But
God.
what does that matter? At the end
That
of the
doesn't answer.
day,
That doesn't answer the question. I want KFC to answer the question. You heard her say out of her own mouth, Diddy got her fired, and you gonna say, "Well, she was on drugs too." Don't deflect. Answer the question,
I'm not
KFC.
deflecting. I don't know Wendy Williams, and I don't know. I know
Oh,
she got
see,
into it over
that's
a
deflecting.
contract.
That's deflecting. You're
But what
deflecting.
makes you think that had anything to do with Diddy?
You're not
everybody
answering
knows
the
it has
question.
to do with Diddy. Everybody knows this KFC. It was
Oh my
all
God.
over everywhere.
Black man in this country is that powerful. Like,
KFC, you have
These,
cognitive dissonance. You have cognitive
you know they
dissonance
be trying to
really
make an
bad.
example out of us in this
I
country.
can't wait till she tell us she related to him.
I don't believe it. I don't
That's your,
believe it.
that's
I
your
don't
cousin, ain't it? You related to Diddy, ain't you?
again.
That's I really, you related to him, right?
No, but think about it. Why would Diddy take Cassie to another hotel? He has his own jet. He could have flew somewhere over the islands and she was that bad to let her be
Because that's how he did things.
around,
You
covering her up, bringing up the back door on one of them food trays They sneak her around from room to room. I mean, come on, man. Y'all don't think
That's the type of moves that he made, KFC. That's the type of moves that he made.
Nah.
Okay, tell me, what do you believe that Diddy is guilty of? Tell me, what do you believe he's guilty of, KFC?
He made a bad choice. He made a bad decision. What he did to Cassie was terrible. It was horrible. But that still doesn't mean this man has a history of doing that.
But we know he got
wait. KFC.
Somebody else.
KFC. Misa just came out, KFC, and talked about her trauma when she was in a relationship with him. Do you know that he beat her so bad she crawled up under a car, KFC? Do you know that?
And she ain't suing him for $1. So what she get out of it?
See, I wasn't there, so I didn't see it.
Oh my God! None of us were there. None of us were there, but these are things that the person themselves. Listen, these are things that the person themselves.
Do you think O.J. Simpson did it?
OJ ain't got nothing to do with Diddy.
Listen, don't deflect. Don't deflect. See, you deflect a lot, KFC.
No, I'm giving you an example.
No. Stop now. Don't ask me another question about OJ. I want you to answer the question about Misa coming forward with her own trauma, with her experiencing domestic violence with Diddy. Right? And it's already documented. We know that he also did domestic violence towards Kim. So you're going to tell me that it's a regret. He did this to all the women that he was with. So that's more than just he made a bad choice. That is a part of who he was. He did it to all of them. That was more than just a bad choice. You may make a bad choice one time, but you don't make a bad choice multiple times. At that
for decades,
time, you intentional. That's intentional.
Decades of it. Decades.
And he lied, KFC. He tried to make the world think that Cassie was just out for a money grab. He never done those things she accused him. And now the video is out. So who the liar, KFC? Who's the liar? Honestly, who's the liar? Cassie told this very story. That's what's on that video in her lawsuit. So who's the liar? Come on. If deflection was a person, your picture would be in the dictionary by the word deflection. But that's all good though, KFC, but it would.
I'm telling you, she related to him.
All right, I put KFC on hold. I want to add some other people. Lisa, how are you? What are your thoughts on everything, Lisa?
Hello.
Yes. Okay, Lisa, it sounds like you're on a loop. I hear in the background. If you can turn everything off and get back to me, I'll come right back to you, Lisa. All right. So calling from 760, you're live from the air. 760.
Hello?
Hey, can you turn your TV or your radio off in the background, please?
Okay, I sure can. I'm sorry.
All right.
Me? Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ooh-wee.
Come on. All right. Okay, I'll come back to you. Shelly, are you there? What's some things you have to say, Shelly? Because I know you've been very quiet.
Oh, because you said my phone was messed up.
Only like when you don't talk, I can hear it. But when you talk, when you fill the room with your voice, it silence it out. It cancels it out. So talk to me, girl.
Okay, is it working though? Is it okay now? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. First, let me tell KFC because she keep repeating this. The only reason why Diddy not in jail over that video, they told you the statute of limitation ran out. If the statute of limitation didn't run out, Diddy would be in jail for that video. Everybody done said that. As far as I guess this you talking about the lady now that said that Diddy did all this with Kim. You can speak on that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I believe it because they all was taking substance, drugs when they were with Diddy. And this is how he controlled everything. So even though some of them didn't want to do it, by them always taking ecstasy and mollies and different things, Diddy had this, I guess, addiction to having, how can I say it? You want me to say sex? I don't know what words we're using now.
Essay. Is that good?
Okay, yeah. He had this addiction to doing that, with several people, even with men. So, now that they're coming out with all these different people, that's comfortable. Because once again, we keep telling KFC, these people couldn't come out because nobody would take their case and nobody would touch it because of the power that Diddy had. So she keeps saying why these people didn't speak up. They did. We heard these stories for years, and we've been talking about Diddy over 2 months. So, I mean, everything we have said, we've been saying over and over for months, that Diddy been doing this over 30 years. Us that was up in the 90s, we see and heard all these stories, but nobody could touch Diddy at that time, and that's what we keep explaining to KFC. But I didn't mind laying back in the cut and hearing, what's her name, OC?
OG.
Oh, OG, because I know it's another lady come up here similar with that name. I don't mind sitting back and letting her, run through it because we've been saying this over 2 months. We've been saying the same things over and over and over about Diddy. But now the lady that kept the clothes, just like Monica Lewinsky, that is nasty. But I don't know about her keeping, keeping the clothes all this time. I don't know about these last two ladies. But I can't believe it because everybody around Diddy was taking the drugs. And when you take drugs, you're not yourself. So, of course, especially the ecstasy and stuff. I mean, so, we'll be talking about this because more and more people going to come out now that they're comfortable. But KFC need to understand that the statute of limitations have ran out on a lot of this because people was scared. And Diddy used his goons. She don't even believe that Diddy was sending people, blew up Kid Cudi car. He sent people over to Georgia to murk out Kim's lover. I mean, it's a history of stuff that he has done. And she keeps saying, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. And now that we have a video, like everybody said, she looking at the video, she making excuses for that. So tonight I'm going to state it. I am convinced that KFC is just put here for that reason. To keep the story going and hot with the opposing side of anything we say. She's going to object to it and say, I don't believe it. You could sit something right in her face and she's going to say, it's not happening right now. So I'm not even going to ask her no more questions or go through it.
If you put it in front of her face, she's going to say, oh, they just here for a money grab.
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah,
nobody looking at the cocktails that they talking about either. The different set of narcotics that they're saying he kept. Look at what each one of them does. You have the Tutsi. That's a horse tranquilizer. That makes the whole body numb. You have the cocaine. I'm gonna say cocaine. Can I say that? Mess up the word. Cocaine. That's to keep you up. You got the ecstasy, what opens you up. The cocktails that he's using it sets people up for, if they use it, whether they want to do something or not, they open and loose.
Well, these are all paraphernalias that are used when it comes to things like date graping.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Without putting them down though, because
exactly.
Like you have the ones that will knock them out as like they're not coherent at all. But the cocktails he used specifically, if any regular person was to come in there and just look around, they'll just think everybody is turned and everybody is okay with what's happening because of the cocktails. Right.
It numbs you, and then the mollies and the ecstasy push you in, and that's why it's called ecstasy. It puts you in this euphoria mindset, right? Makes you very loose and very sexual, things of that
Mhm.
nature. So
Mhm.
you're feeling hot and bothered and all of those things of that nature. So KFC need to understand that. And I'm gonna even go as far as to answer her question where she said it about with the Monica Lewinsky and Bill Clinton. When you are a Caucasian man in power as the president and the ruler of the free world of the United States of America, he was well protected. That's why he got away with it. So let's see if this Caucasian woman that kept the same evidence against black man Diddy, see is that going to if that role reverse now is going to be the same outcome for him. I doubt it. It's not going to
Right.
be. It's not
KFC,
going to
money is a hell of a drug. And I hope you got enough money over there. But money is a hell of a drug.
Rez
But
said it. She said it the best. No organizations as big as these record labels is gonna let they cash cow go down for anything. Point blank in a period. If they bringing in billions of dollars and they bringing them people and money, they gonna do everything that they need to do to make sure he don't go down. And that's what
that's
he
right.
was doing. That's
and
what they.
KFC, question for you, KFC, if this was you or your daughter or your sister or your mother that runs to you and say, I was great. I was drugged and I was great at a party. I had no control over my body. I can't hardly remember what happened, but I remember waking up and somebody was on top of me and I did not consent to that. And they come to you, KFC. Are you going to say, well, what did you do to cause them to do that? I want her to answer. Would she believe that loved one that actually happened to them? And I'm talking your daughter, your mother, your sister, your grandmother. If that happened to them and they came to you, KFC, and told you that story, what would you say to them, KFC? And please answer the question. Don't say, I ain't got a daughter, I ain't got a mother, I ain't got a sister, I ain't got a grandmother. I want you to answer the question as if you do.
Not
As
having
if
a
you
mother.
do have one.
Oh,
I'm just saying, who knows with KFC? She might say she ain't got no mama. I don't know. I'm just saying, KFC, I want you to ask the question as if you do have one. Okay.
Now, of course, I would believe him, and of course, I would take the proper steps. Then notify the authorities, make sure they go to the hospital and all that. But I'm not discrediting anything anybody say about Diddy. I just question it. I just
well,
question
what?
questions.
All right. So what happens when you go to the authorities? You take them to the doctor, and then they tell you, or they bury it.
I want to know if she gonna question her loved one that I just asked her about. Is you gonna question them
Of
too?
course, I'm going to question them because I'm going to have questions.
So what are your
I
questions
didn't
gonna
care
be,
what the authorities
KFC, to
done, but
them?
I'm going to question it.
So what are your questions gonna be to them?
That's personal.
Oh, come on, KFC.
Okay.
See, but you got a whole
Um,
bunch of questions
See,
for
that's
these
not
women,
fair.
but you can't
That's not fair.
say,
You want me to
now
say
that
something?
is fair.
You want,
That's fair. Because we're talking as a generality when it comes to women and being essayed and great in this country. It doesn't matter if it's your mother, your sister, your grandmother, your cousin, your brother, whoever. We're talking about what happens to people in society as a whole. So why does the question to
but
them
this is
have to
why
be
they came out with this
personal?
against Diddy like this. This is why they did this. So everybody would already have in their mind these premeditated thoughts about this man painting him out to be some type of monster, the same
And
way they did.
again, you deflecting from the question. You deflected from the question again,
About him.
KFC.
It's been overinflated. It's overinflated. So I want to know what set all of this off because somebody is definitely behind this, and they knew exactly
His behavior,
what. If you're a black
his behavior set it off, KFC.
so much stuff for so long.
Diddy's behavior set this
Go
off.
back to your history on Diddy's white parties. All them famous people going to, there's just no way in hell that this man could be doing all this stuff that people have been saying about him and go
Why?
unchecked.
Why, KFC? Why is no way in hell he could be doing it for all them years and nobody say nothing? And
Number one,
we just but
that's
KFC, we
alone.
just told you. KFC, we just told you people been talking for years. We said that, KFC.
No.
We've said women have came forward
Now
years
that
ago.
came out with hers. Some of this stuff has been over. It's just a big mess, and everybody wants in on it because it's money. Money. That's all.
People.
KFC, guess what? For victims, if the statute of limitations is over criminally, they should go after them civilly and get money, because you know why, KFC? They got scars that money cannot buy. They got scars that's going to last them for the rest of their lives. And it doesn't matter how much money they have. Those scars are never going to take, that money is never going to take those scars away. That money is never going to heal the scars that Cassie has.
Oh,
The
let me
money,
ask you a
the
question.
money is
You're
never
saying that
going
because
to.
that's what they're saying, but you haven't heard what Diddy has to say about it. So once again,
Diddy,
why are you convicting him?
why should
We
I
did hear
care
what he had
about
to
what
say.
Diddy said? Why should I care? He's
doing
not the victim. Diddy's not the victim. He's the victimizer. He's not the victim.
How do you know that, though?
You should care about what the victims has to say and what the effect that it had on them, not the victimizer.
I care about the truth. I care about the truth. That's what I care about. And so I have questions.
So you're saying that they're not telling the truth.
Karens out here every day run up in black people's face. Are they right?
What?
They trying to make a legitimate point.
That's what she's saying. Diddy speak.
Are they right? See, that's the
I didn't
thing.
hear you. What did you say? I didn't hear you.
That's fine, but Diddy hasn't responded to all these allegations.
And he's not going to. You know why? His attorneys is telling him not to respond. They didn't even tell him to do the Cassie thing. He did that on his own through his PR. I know his attorneys didn't tell him to do that. That was a PR stunt. And it was a big mistake.
This man has genuinely been
Because
getting
it blew
help.
up in his face.
TD Jakes around him. All I'm saying, after Cassie, all this stuff stopped. There has been no other woman saying anything about no DV, no parties, no nothing. So everybody and all the women coming forward are people that were before he was even with Cassie.
But just because nobody's came since listen, KFC. Just because nobody's came forward recently doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Do you understand? Just because no woman has came forward with anything recent doesn't mean it doesn't exist, KFC.
And it doesn't mean the people that are coming forward now are telling the truth.
So again, you're back to, you just said, you need to make up your mind, because you just said you're not saying that you don't believe them. Now you're saying they need to tell the truth. Which one is it? Which one is it, KFC?
I just said just because
come on, KFC. Now you flip-flopping. Now you flip-flopping. Come on now.
I'm not flip-flopping. I said what I said. Just because a person comes forward doesn't mean they're telling the truth.
Okay. All right, KFC. All right.
Well, to address Felicia M, KFC do have the right to opinion. We've been letting her voice her opinion the whole time. She has every right. The problem is when we explain stuff to her, she don't listen. Okay, Felicia M, who keeps saying we're not being fair. We're being fair to KFC. We're just having a conversation, and we're telling KFC, just like she said, well, Diddy didn't say nothing. Diddy did say something. He lied. When he made a statement, he lied and said he gonna clear his name, and he didn't do none of these terrible things. Then when the video came out, he switched up and said, oh, I'm sorry. That was my lowest point. No, you ain't seen your lowest point yet, brother.
But that's why he was apologizing for what you saw on the tape. That still doesn't mean this man has a history of SA-ing women.
What about when he lied, though, KFC? Before the tape came, he lied. He said none of that was true. 90. Are you going to address that? Are you going to address that, KFC, that he lied? He didn't have to lie,
KFC, in your opinion. Didn't he lie, KFC? Can you answer that? KFC, did Diddy lie or not? When Cassie came out and said that he DV'd her, and he said he did none of those things, and then now we see a video. Is that a lie?
I don't think 60 seconds. I think he was saying in regard to the children being at his house. And
oh my God. Okay, KFC. All right. Oh, okay, KFC. You got more excuses than a sinner going to church. All right, girl.
It's okay.
And
It's
he need
okay.
to have her
We
as his lawyer.
understand.
Go to court.
We understand. We understand what's going on. It's okay.
He got help. He got
He got the wrong team. He need KFC on his team.
Yes, he do.
Okay. Well, BTF, what's your thoughts about it?
Hi, Gigi. Hi, ladies.
How you
Hello.
Hey,
doing?
Hi,
BTF.
BTF. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, thank you.
So these are two
10
ladies
seconds.
now that came out with lawsuits, correct?
Correct.
All right. So I believe on the Diddy side, what his lawyers will do is they will do everything for these cases not to ever reach the courtroom. So they're going to file motions to dismiss, motions to take names off as the defendants. They're going to do motions to file for continuances. They never wanted to get to the point where they have to go to court. And the reason would be is because they know that at some point a criminal case is going to come down. So they don't want anything to go to court because it could be used against him in a criminal case. So, and when you end up having to go to court on any kind of trial, more money is spent with the lawyers in terms of billable hours. So they're going to, like I said, they're going to keep trying to keep these cases out of the court system as long as possible because they want to reserve the money he has for the criminal case that will eventually come down. And in a way, he's really screwed because even with the lawyers just filing motions and filing for delays, this is costing him a lot of money. And he is bleeding out more money than he's taking in right now. And I hope at some point he makes the mistake of trying to get to some of the illegally hidden funds that he has, because I'm sure he's being wiretapped. And if they find those illegal funds offshore, they will grab that. Does that make sense?
Yes, that
Yeah.
does make sense.
And it would speak to what Little Rod said. It would speak to him saying that he paid those girls through wire. So if he mess up like you say, and he does that, that'll be just what they need to confirm that part of it.
Yes, because if they had probable cause to do raids on two of his properties, they have had probable cause to have wiretaps on him all this
And
time.
And also,
all this time.
Right now, because it's still ongoing, there is still time for a case to come forward that the statute of limitations has not run out on.
Exactly. Exactly.
So KFC, there is still time for somebody to come out and say he may have done something to him 2 or 3 years ago, and the statute of limitations is not up. Now you're talking criminal, right? As well as possibly civil, right? So there's still a wide range of different angles that you can look at that this case can end up spiraling into, because look what it's spiraling into now, just from even women coming forward and that video being released. This is massive. This is for the masses worldwide, right? So it definitely gives credence to his character and credibility, whether it gets to the courts or not.
But you know what nobody's talking about on why it also is going to take a long time? The fact that Diddy is giving people up. So if anybody thinking that Diddy don't have people to throw under the bus for them to investigate, some big stuff, then they sadly mistaken. I'm surprised that these what's his name? Steve Stokes? No, Stokes. I'm surprised his name ain't come up yet, but it will because he was
Who?
already Chris Stokes.
Oh,
He was
Crystal.
already he was already talking like that. Diddy has always been an informant. Even if he's not right now, what do you think he's gonna do? You think he's just gonna let them build this case against him and he not gonna give people up? Okay. Okay.
The other thing that I wanted to bring up is before the whole Cassie lawsuit came up, I have always believed that Diddy has lived beyond his means. And in many cases, remember under Bad Boy Entertainment as well as Universal, he was probably sending in his T&E reports every month for things that he shouldn't have been doing. And the T&E meaning his travel and expense reports. So his travel expenses where he's inviting a bunch of people to a freak off in a hotel, he's charging it to one of those two companies. And it's
Yeah.
easy to do when you're bringing money in for the company.
And
It's
pay
not
attention
easy for
to
him anymore because everything has
right.
come to a standstill. So he
Mm-hmm.
can't be as creative, as inventive with these. I mean, ever since the lawsuit was settled with Cassie,
Mm-hmm.
he's not flying around to represent some brand, to be out, promoting some music. He's not been out. So I don't know. And it, like I said about that secret money that he's got somewhere, he really legally cannot go touch that because they will seize that.
Mm-hmm. And that's the reason why he's liquidating everything, right? And he's selling.
Mm-hmm.
He sold Revolt. He sold his shares of Revolt to the guy that owned Essence Magazine, right?
Yes,
So yeah. And plus, you are absolutely right. He was living even as a quote unquote billionaire, so to speak, he still was living above his means. Anytime you owe the banks, the financial institutions, $140 million, you're living above
mm-hmm.
your means. You're not
Exactly.
really the billionaire status that people think you are, because
Mm-hmm.
it's more about assets than it is about cash flow, right? So when we say
Yes,
someone's net worth, we're talking in general overall cash, stocks, bonds, assets, anything that you can liquidate plus cash flow. That's what net worth is.
exactly.
So if him being a billionaire, he maybe on paper, maybe on paper
No,
he was, but he was absolutely living above his means. He owed the bank $140 million.
Ron
Yes,
Burkle was funding him. Ron Burkle was sugar. The way he went to this man every time he did a big venture and he was dropping hundreds of millions of dollars, Burkle funded all of it.
Yeah, but the mortgages on the house he owed $140 million on houses that wasn't even in his name. They were in his
Yeah.
mama and his son's name.
Mm-hmm.
So
Cause
pay
and he
attention to
said
that.
it. He made it clear
oh, and
that he did not fund his lifestyle.
yes,
Hmm.
there was another thing that I meant to mention. Gigi, the other day I was talking about the brand deals that were probably made at the time because of the Diddy brand of him being this playboy, jet set, glamorous lifestyle, and whatever products could go with that, because that would be the core audience or buyers of whoever he was making the brand deal with. They can all drop out because if the contract was set up because of him and who he was to the public, they can break these contracts because there are moral clauses in these contracts.
Right. And they said he owned these liquors, but he did not. He was the
No,
face of it.
Yeah,
Yes,
he was a
they
brand
were
That was it.
ambassador.
He was
partnerships.
the brand.
He
Yes,
was
That
the
was
brand
right.
ambassador. Mm-hmm.
yes,
Right.
yes. Because if you talk
Yeah,
about the
big
liquor
difference.
brand, remember how he was portrayed. He's coming out of a limo. He's all dressed up. He's going to a red carpet event. They were
Mm-hmm.
branding the lifestyle. And if you
Right.
buy a bottle of Ciroc, you're just like him.
You just
Mm-hmm.
But
like him.
no
And it's
brand,
right.
I'm sorry, no brand wants to be associated with him now. So there will be more brands that we will never hear of that have cut ties with him.
Oh, absolutely.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. 100%.
So that's
But
why I
he
was
was
saying he's
he
bleeding money.
and that's why I say to y'all point when y'all was trying to explain to KFC why these things was happening. So when he came in the game, it was about music, right? It was the talent that he was bringing. He
Mm-hmm.
wasn't talented. I couldn't stand every time he got on the song. I was like, please go sit down. But he had Mary J. Blige. He had
Right.
Faith. He had
Mm-hmm.
so he brought us some true. He did have
He
an
brought
ear.
the
You can't
talent.
take that.
Mm-hmm.
He brought the talent,
Mm-hmm.
and then he started forming into more of the business side of things, like with the alcohols. When Ciroc first dropped, I remember this. Everybody, especially in the hoods, was going crazy for that Ciroc. I didn't like it. It was nasty to me. I didn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't that it was selling off the shelves.
Mm-hmm.
It
Yes,
was
because of
selling.
the lifestyle that he represented.
And they
Mm-hmm.
knew he threw the grandest parties. They
Mm-hmm.
already knew
Uh-huh.
what type you know what I'm saying? That's what he was known for. So now he's bringing this alcohol. So it was easy for him to transition from music to alcohol because he already, I say that he's flamboyant. That's what I call it. Very
Mm-hmm.
flamboyant man. The top of the top tier. Anybody, even whether they speaking good or bad about him, they say the same exact thing.
Yes.
Uh, about
And
his demeanor.
I do think that that liquor company that he had his dispute with, once he
Mm-hmm.
called them a racist, they had their eyes on him to take him down. Because it's
Yes,
almost like they didn't care what kind of stuff he did, but now you are affecting our money. They are like an
right.
$80 billion company.
Mm-hmm. And
And when
absolutely.
you play with my
And
money, forget it.
and honestly, he was actually winning that court case until those allegations came out. And
Right.
when
He
listen,
was.
listen, let's keep it real. He was actually winning that lawsuit against them. So he was proving that they were being biased or racist towards him. He was
Yep.
actually winning that case
He
until
was.
these lawsuits came. And boy,
And
I tell you, Diago gotta be happy, happy that these lawsuits came. And he ended
but
up
look
I
at when
still
settling.
think
He ended up
they're
settling with them.
still gonna end up being sad, because can you imagine if once there's a federal case that comes down and they prove that certain things were put into the liquor, your brand of Ciroc
right.
will forever be laced
Be-
with
Yes, be
Yep.
putting
tainted.
roofies
Yep.
into liquor.
It's
He
attached
You're
to
never
it.
gonna sell another bottle of Ciroc.
Right.
Yeah,
That's it.
he ended up settling with him, but he actually would have won that case had not these all of these lawsuits and allegations came. I really believe he would have won it
Uh-huh.
because
But
he
that's
was winning until these cases came forward. So yeah,
and
absolutely.
every time he got on a podcast and he was speaking to us or people in his bracket, he was trying to come together and build something that was completely black owned. He was trying to take over. So think about how he got in the game
Uh-huh.
He was a little
before Bad
too
Boy.
late, too little, too late though.
But he
Uh-huh.
tried it. You get what I'm saying? He's an
Yes, he
intern
tried the same
trying to take
tactics that he's tried
over.
with other people.
And he did it again once he got in the alcohol business. Every time I see him doing interviews, he was talking about doing something with like other people like Jay-Z and other artists to try to take over for the black community, them, the gatekeepers, to take over
Uh-huh.
the alcohol business. He said, why?
Uh-huh.
I heard him say one
Do
time, like,
you
why are we
understand?
letting them sell alcohol in our community?
And I
If
get that, but it wasn't gonna be in mind for the whole community, the whole culture. It wasn't. It was gonna be for him and Jay-Z
oh
and
yeah,
those two
yeah.
to
Uh-huh.
stay on top and not let anyone else in. They are
But
gatekeepers. They were
how
gonna
do
do
they
the
do
Uh-huh.
same
that though?
thing that they did in the record industry, in the liquor industry. They were
But
going, that
OG,
was the
Uh-huh.
plan.
but we talking about Puff, so he's going to make it seem like they're doing it for the community, for
Of
the
course,
culture.
he was
He's
he
gonna
was
put it out there
pandering.
like that.
Yeah, he was pandering to us, which is what they've been
Right.
doing for decades. They all the
Uh-huh.
politicians, they all pander to us.
But
They,
the higher ups caught wind of what he was trying to. That's why
of
I
course.
say this
Listen,
didn't
it's
come
no
out of
different.
nowhere.
No, but it's no different for listen, Diddy is getting a whole lot of karma, y'all.
Hmm.
When Gotti and Jay Prince and all of them try and Suge Knight and them tried to do it way back in the day with the record industry. Guess who tricked on them? Diddy.
Right. Right.
Diddy is getting a lot of his karma. That is all that is going down because had he been successful in that lawsuit and none of this happened, he would not have done anything to help the culture in and of itself as a whole. He wouldn't have.
His
But to
narcissism
continue to
is
get
what ended.
wealthy himself.
It was his narcissism. Let's be honest.
Of
If
course.
if he wasn't as boisterous, if he wasn't so narcissistic, if he didn't have these weird fetishes where he had to record everything and treat people the way he did, he probably would have got away with it longer. See, that's why
Well,
you
but
hear
Diddy is
Jaguar,
overt.
but
Diddy is overt. Listen,
no, yeah, he is. But I'm
but
saying
the difference between him and Jay Z is covert. Diddy
right.
is
That's
overt.
Exactly.
why you
Jay
hear
Z is more
Jaguar
low
saying
key.
that. He's
He's
more
more
low key.
sneaky.
He
He's more
quiet.
conniving.
Right.
Exactly. But he's the
Right.
same. He
He
is the
is.
same. Trust
No
and
doubt.
believe he is.
Yeah, I no, not for
Why do you
nothing.
think
I
he's so
agree with
quiet?
that.
Why
I
do you
believe
think
he's
Jay
worse.
Z is so quiet? Why do you think Jay Z and Beyonce has split their assets,
Yeah.
liquidated and separated their assets? You guys,
I don't
Jay
think they getting
Z
a
is
divorce
not
though.
saying a word. Jay Z ain't saying a word. He playing the
No.
cards. He playing the
Because
cards.
at the end of the day, we're not gonna act like that. Jay Z has been the same person since he came in the game, and so has Puffy. Puffy is more vocal about what he's going to do to you. Jay-Z is going to slice your neck without you knowing he's slicing it. So this is major for Jay-Z for him to go down, for Puff to go down. It's major for Jay. That opened up some other stuff, unless, and that's why I say it all depends on how much money people are bringing into the higher ups. If they're valuable to the higher ups is not going to let them go down, regardless of what we think or what we
And
want to happen.
I don't know why you all don't be surprised that that Diddy has cases from Caucasian women. Diddy been messing around with women, him and Jay-Z of all races for a long time. I'ma just say this. Don't be surprised if sooner or later y'all don't see video footage come out of Diddy and Jay-Z having and partying with they Caucasian women. They've been doing this for
Well,
decades. It's no
what did
different.
what did Gene say? Gene said that Diddy and Puff used to meet at this little Italian restaurant in New York, and they used to it's women that they used to get, Russian women, different women, a lot of white women they had that they used to pass around the industry.
Right. So I
And
don't want
every
them to
time
think
they
that
met up,
it
right,
just happened to the black women. It happened to whatever women they wanted it to happen to.
right. We know that
Period.
he don't have no uh he doesn't have a type. Anybody is his type. You don't see him with black, Asian, white. It doesn't matter. He doesn't have a type.
Yeah, that's why I said don't be surprised if y'all don't see video footage released soon.
Okay, maybe on TMZ or somebody, because somebody got some video footage that they plan on selling to the tabloids soon of Jay-Z and Diddy. Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I believe it.
Can I give you a little conspiracy thing that I have?
Go ahead.
Okay, I don't know anything. I don't know whether it is or not, but I would believe that there will be people, if they do a RICO on him, there will be people within his circle that end up cooperating. And I
Yeah.
would not be surprised if there was a body. And
Yeah.
by that, I mean, allegedly at all these parties, they put stuff into these bottles, right?
Mm-hmm.
How is it with the fentanyl crisis? Has not one person had an allergic reaction or OD'd?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, come on, BTF. I'm with
So
you
that's where
100%.
I think there
that
might
I
be a
think
body.
the main body
Yeah.
that I think they need to look back into is Kim Porter's for sure, because like
Well,
I
they
said,
are. They are.
she knew things because she was a part of things, right?
Right.
So if she was ever to write a book or expose Diddy in any way, she would be more a threat to more nefarious things that
But
she
I
probably
want.
was a part of and witnessed than anybody. So he would have all the more reason
But
and
she
motive
got the.
to
She
want
had the
her
rough
unalive.
draft though, OG. She had her rough draft of her book was missing out of her house.
Right, I
But I
heard that.
think,
That's why I'm saying
but
she's more of a person, definitely. But you're right. I wouldn't be surprised if, listen, anybody that can allegedly blow up a car, you don't know, and that person didn't know if a person was in that car or not. You're capable of anything, and if you do that to me.
Did y'all hear? It
and
was
I'm
like
just saying
10.
that with these things that they were putting in the liquor bottle, I don't think there was anybody there testing to make sure that it's okay, it wasn't
He
too
might have.
strong.
He might have because
And
he
Somebody's
had the
backstage.
doctors. He had the doctors there to hydrate, to keep them hydrated with the IVs and everything. He was very
high, but hydrating somebody the day after and knowing how much is safe of a specific drug, because you're not getting the same, you don't know what you're getting every time you go out and buy. You don't know what it's laced with
that is
and
true.
how
That is
strong
true.
it is. And how
But
strong it is, as well as if there are multiple women that are not, maybe they were hired for that day or whatever. You don't know what physical reaction a person has to a pharmaceutical.
right, right, right.
So I would imagine what I was saying, if somebody ends up cooperating within his group, they could say, I know where there's a body buried.
Right.
Oh yeah, absolutely. If it's gonna save their derriere, yeah, they'll talk.
Did y'all
Exactly.
hear? This was like 10, 15 years back. The transgender who came out about Jay-Z. He wrote a book, and Jay-Z was in this book. And what was this guy name? He was
Are 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 you talking about? Because I read one called Hiding in Hip Hop" by Terrence Dean. But
what's his name?
he's talking about a bunch of people, women
Yeah,
and men.
it was Jay-Z,
And
Mr. C,
he
uh
mysteriously was
passed
found
away.
in he was mysteriously found in his apartment unalive. Yeah.
Yeah,
This
and he was who else was in it? It was Mr. C, Jay-Z, it was Funk Master Flex.
was it LL Cool J?
LL Cool J was in it. Yes, he was. And that I kind of already knew. I used to hear a story back in like I want to say it was like 1991 about LL Cool J. And that was
Mm-hmm.
from somebody from New Jersey that was talking about it. Cameron. Cameron
Mm.
used to stay in my hood.
Well,
Allegedly.
Cameron dated my girlfriend's daughter back in the day, so I'm gonna leave that one alone. But um, as far as
Allegedly,
L,
that
as
he
far as
dated my
LL,
hairstylist.
as far as LL, there's a transgender lady on YouTube talking about her experience one time with LL. She said it only happened once and she never saw him again, but she swears it happened.
Yeah, and I also heard when I heard this back then about LL that it is very small, like very small. Like yeah. So I'm like, could it be? I don't know. But I know one thing, a lot of people said that those guys ran together. They all like transgender women.
Yeah,
And that
I think it
was
came out about Master C. What
well,
in
he
the
got caught. He
he
got
got
caught
caught.
like
Yeah,
three
he got
times by the
caught.
police.
Right,
Yeah, and then the last
and then
time he said
he finally came out
he
and
finally
admitted it.
came out. Yeah. But
Right.
Funk Flex need to go ahead and come out because I'm tired of hearing him yelling.
I
He
heard
just need
about
a
him
hug.
too, but and God rest, Master C's because he just passed away. He's actually the one that discovered Biggie and took Biggie to Diddy. I don't know if y'all know that, right?
Who?
The one that just passed, the one you just said, C,
Yeah.
yeah,
Mr. C.
Mr.
Oh
C.
yeah. Yeah.
Mr. C is the one that discovered Biggie rapping on the corner,
Yeah, they used to have the
with
battles. Yeah.
yes, with the battle, got the track, took it to Diddy, let him heard it, then actually took uh um Biggie to Diddy. So just I don't know if you guys knew that, but that's how that went.
Yeah. Diddy tried to portray the movie like he was just this savior. Like I noticed that in the movie he tried to portray that he was a nonviolent person and anybody that he dealt with, if they did anything pertaining to violence or drugs, he wouldn't have nothing to do with them. Did you notice that
And
in
I
that
listen, I
Biggie
was very
movie?
yes, and I was very uncomfortable because they were always trying to portray him in a light, whether it was in a movie, television, like whatever. They was always trying to portray Diddy in a light like he was a good guy. And I knew from years ago being in industry, he was a bad guy. I knew it, right? But
Right.
listen, I was on the blues sector and there were bad guys in the blues sector. Okay. I'm just gonna say that. I
Hmm.
saw some
All
stuff.
right.
I know some stuff.
Well, let's take some more calls.
Hey, Gigi.
Hey, Rashida.
How you doing? I
Hey,
missed you,
Gigi.
babes.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah.
All
Hey,
right,
hey,
caller.
Gigi.
Yes.
It's BTF. I have to jump off, so I
Okay.
wanted to
Well,
say good
come
night to you
back.
and good night to the
Thank
ladies.
you. Thank you.
Good
Okay, good
Okay,
night,
night.
bye,
BTF.
ladies.
Nice talking to you. Bye bye.
202, you're live on the air.
Hey, look, I'm just calling back to say, like, this whole thing, like, with Diddy is definitely crazy, and it's time for him to go down, like I said before. Like, that stuff that he did to her in the hotel, crazy. The stuff that he did to Kim Porter, crazy. The stuff that Jennifer Lopez trying to cover up for him, crazy. It's just time for him to go down.
All right.
Yeah, it is.
Go down. I heard
It
that.
is. Yeah. It's gonna take some time though.
Mm-hmm. All right. Calling from, and let's get these likes up, y'all. Come on now. Let's get the likes up. Calling from 760.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
How
Hi.
you
Bye.
I'm doing. I can't believe I'm on this phone.
Girl, you on the phone,
Girl,
girl.
believe
I
it.
got
I'm
Believe
on
it.
you.
the phone.
Believe it, girl. Believe it.
Oh my goodness. My name is Felicia. Yes. Oh my. This is madness.
Hold on. What happened?
What happened?
No, go ahead.
I feel bad for our black men, but I'm angry too. You know, I'm thinking about all this money that you know what he could have done for the black community. He could have had a black mall, a black school, a black music school.
Amen.
He could have did anything, and he decided to do the freak-off parties with men. You know, I don't get it. I don't get it.
Women too. He did
Black
them with both.
women have been left and abandoned. We have no one to stand for us. And even our black men are getting locked up, or they're killed on the street, gang banging, or they're selling dope, or they're in prison, or they're gay.
And what's wrong with being gay?
Well, she was just naming that in the other categories.
I'm just
Go
naming
ahead.
the reasons that the black woman has been abandoned, left to stand on our own.
Oh,
We have
got it. Okay, so
nobody
you
to back us.
saying that the
You
man?
understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but some gay
The
men
black man
help
is either
women
involved
and
in
stand for women.
gang banging, or selling dope, or in prison already,
Or
or
6 feet under already. Or they already 6 feet under.
or dead, or now they going for the men's holes. Our holes ain't good enough no more. You don't stand for anything in our lives.
Well, I think you covered all the categories. So
Up here, oh my goodness.
I think all the categories were covered for sure.
Yeah. So
no, but
So
you're
now
absolutely right.
all the black men gone. What you gonna do now?
No, well, not all of them gone, but I'm just saying that it ain't enough for us, all of us.
So you gonna have to share.
All of us. Yeah, man.
You
all
gonna
of
have
us.
to share.
I don't have to have one to feel whole. That's what I'm saying.
So you're not gonna share the few black men you got?
And all that 2 years recovering at it, and I just believe what the Bible says. It says that God created a woman as a helpmeet to men. So when men approach us and say, "Where's your man?"
You gonna go help a man?
You know, what makes you think I got one? He made you and said you needed help.
So when you gonna go help? I ask you, are you gonna go help a male?
Help them how?
Wait, hold on. I'm confused.
You said God created you to be his helpmate. Well, shit. What gender?
I'm confused.
I don't have a man to be a help me too. I'm trying to help myself. I'm trying to get well. I'm trying to get better.
Are you married?
I don't know where or how to start. I don't even know what my purpose is.
Rashida said, "Are you married?"
No, I'm not married. I'm 67 years old. I think I'm well put together for what I've been through.
Do you have any children? I'm trying to figure out if I don't know. I don't want to be rude. Never mind.
Nah, Rashida, you've been talking shit all day. Go ahead, Rashida.
No, because I was confused when you were saying like men are gay and and the woman was put here to help a man. So where do you fit in? Like not to be rude. I just don't know. I don't want to address you the wrong way.
Because of the choices that they are making.
No, but are you male or female? I'm sorry.
Men over us, if they're selling drugs, if they're choosing gang banging, if they're choosing another race of women over us. I mean, what do we do?
No, I was just asking. I didn't want to be rude. I didn't know if I was speaking with a male or a female.
What? You don't know what? I have a deep voice, but I am a female.
Oh, okay. All right. So when Gigi asked, because when she asked the question and you was like, what? That's why I got confused. Okay. So you saying women were put here to help men. Right?
I don't help them. I really don't. I don't know. I would like to have some kind of cause or purpose to do something, but I don't know where to start. I don't know how to. I don't know.
Okay. So let me say this. Let me say this to you. I'm sorry, I didn't get your name, but let me say this to you. If you're 67 years old and you're saying you don't know how to start or where to start. You have to start with yourself first, right? Because you cannot.
I'm trying to get better.
Okay, so start with self first and then go from there, right? I don't want us to get too far off the subject, because the subject, what we were talking about, was the whole Diddy situation. Did you have anything else that you wanted to say and contribute to that conversation?
I'm very disgusted by that. The way I didn't see the video, I don't think I can handle it because I was a victim of abuse too. But
well, it may be triggering for you. The video may be triggering for you. I would advise you not to watch it if it would traumatize you and trigger you.
I'm not going to watch it.
Because I'm not a victim of domestic violence, and it was triggering for me. So.
Okay. No, I don't plan to watch it. But I don't know where to start. I have a voice. I do believe that. But I'm not afraid to speak out.
Okay. Well, that's a start. There you go. You called us here today to talk about. Yeah, you called us to talk about the Diddy situation. So you're using your voice right now. You gave your opinion. You say you were disgusted about the whole situation. But I think that self-reflection and start with self, right? Working on self is always the first preservation of nature, right?
The best way to start.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't love or do anything for anybody if you can't help yourself first.
That's true. Now, one question I would like to ask: is it true that?
All right, how y'all doing? Y'all all right?
Did they leave? Are they gone?
We put it on hold. KFC. KFC, you there?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
cool. Okay. All right.
Not Netta.
You said what?
So they keep putting Netta in the comments.
Girl, I'm trying not to look at them goddamn comments.
Listen, I'm glad I don't see the comments.
Laughing as hell.
I don't see the comments, so I'm glad I don't see them.
I'm trying to change the damn topic real
Every
quick.
time I look up, I see that name.
Shelly. Shelly, I don't know where Shelly at. Okay, well, let's add Mike. Hey,
Mike.
Mike been waiting back there patiently.
No, but Mike was texting in the chat too. He was like, "What the hell?"
I never been more confused in my life. That I was like, "Yo, what?" Like, but I was waiting patiently. Ladies, salute to the ladies. Salute.
Hey, Mike.
How you doing, Mike?
So the whole topic is, like you were saying earlier, do you ladies think Diddy will actually go to jail?
Yeah.
I'm just asking if he's going to be able to snitch his way out of it. It's like, I believe you. I think he'll get a reduced sentence.
Yeah, I think he'll go to jail, in my opinion. But if he snitches, depending on to what extent, he could get like probation, and he could be confined to home or something like that.
I think they just gonna put him in a real fancy prison.
So you're talking about a federal camp.
Federal. Yes.
Yeah.
So the way it works is basically you have federal camps. You have minimum security federal camps, and they're actual camps. They have a fence around it and stuff like that. But they have like a swimming pool, and they have like sometimes they have tennis courts. Not all have that. But yeah.
Basically a country club.
Yeah, a country club. That's where they're gonna put him at. But I do believe
for rich men.
I do believe they're gonna make an example of him, though.
Yeah. But he'll have so much money on his books that he can buy protection inside. So in other words, what I'm trying to say is that when you get locked up, and if you have money to put on your books, you go to the shot caller and you give them money, and then they protect you. No one's going to touch you. because you're buying your protection. So this
Mike,
this
okay, so Mike, who do you think gonna give him all this money to protect him?
no, I mean
His
if you
sugar
have
daddies.
yeah, even if he's worth let's just say they say Puffy's a billionaire, right? I don't believe that at all. Let's just say that he has a couple. Let's just say hypothetically he has 10, 20 million dollars. I mean, number one, he's set for life, and number two, he can buy his protection in jail. So if they give him 5, 6, 7 years, he can give a shot caller $50,000, and then he's protected in jail. Now, this is all hypothetical, but that's what a lot of the like the money embezzlers, like white collar crime, stuff like that.
I think even if he ain't have a dime to his name, you still got some people that's behind the scenes that don't care about none of the stuff he did that's gonna support him. I truly believe that. Especially like Burkle and I really do think they would put money on his books.
Well, they would if he don't talk and incriminate them in anything. They will protect him. If he protect them, they will protect him, right? Because after all these lawsuits, because Cassie has already got her money, she ain't worried. All these other people with these lawsuits got to worry about, is he going to have anything left after all these lawsuits that, is up against him? Is he going to have any type of money left over to say he's considered even wealthy anymore, right?
But we talk about Diddy though. So he might just keep people in his pocket and not tell on them just so that he can have that as a backup.
Can I give you an example real quick, ladies? I'm sorry to cut you off. I'm just give you an example. All right, so let's talk about one thing. It's diverting a little bit, but your brand is how you can reinvent yourself, right? Like you can reinvent yourself if you go to prison, you come out. Mike Tyson reinvented himself, right? And now he's wealthy again. He had not a dollar to his name, and he reinvented himself. I don't think Diddy can do that. I think Diddy is done. I think nobody will want anything to do with this guy ever again.
Yeah, I think his brand is done for sure. I don't think he can ever come out and do what Mike Tyson did and build back up off of the bad boy name and label again. I think he's done a lot more damage than what Mike Tyson did, as far as his nefariousness, right? And then come back out and be
right.
But I do think that you're right, that he will be protected in there because, like I said, as long as he don't snitch on the puppet masters, right? The real puppet masters that are of the Caucasian persuasion, then they'll protect him in jail, but that will be it.
He'll be getting paid to keep secrets, basically.
We might as well get it out of the elephant out of the room, okay? It's the J people. We're not going to say their names, but the J people, the Caucasian people. That's who controls the music industry.
Right.
And they have now distanced themselves.
And media as well.
Media and Hollywood.
Yeah, but some of them distance themselves in public, but they just as bad as he is behind the scenes. That don't mean they're not gonna help him to keep his secrets, for him to keep their secrets. You know what I'm saying?
So what I researched, ladies, what I researched is, and I was going into this pretty hard. I was researching it. With like digital uploads, stuff like that. Like a lot of the music artists, they're not making money anymore. They're just not. They're not making money. So now Diddy went into Ciroc, right? He basically went into the vodka business, and it was amazingly successful. Sorry. Ciroc is down 36% in sales. That's a lot. 36%. No one's buying it.
Right.
They don't even touch the bottle. Because if you touch a bottle of Ciroc, you think about this guy right here. I don't want to drink that.
Right.
So that's what it is.
People gonna feel, you got a lot of different people in this world, different minds. So people gonna feel like, what if he was putting stuff in all of the drinks? They're not gonna think it was just his personal stash. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I thought that already. I was like, he probably put a little bit, you know how they said when Coca-Cola first came out, it was real cocaine in it. That's how
Yeah.
they got people addicted to it to want to
Exactly.
keep buying it. So I mean, I wouldn't
But
put it
check
past.
this
I
out.
don't put it past.
Check this out too, though, guys. Think about this. What if they really start to take Jonathan Audi's interview serious that he did?
Mhm.
Remember,
Yeah.
if they really are looking into and talking to and questioning
Hmm.
Jonathan Audi,
He said a
Jonathan
lot.
Audi said that they use the liquor to do move other things
Gold bottles and black
like
bottles.
so they were using that, like he used the clothing line to ship and move other things. And you know what I'm talking about the other
Right.
thing. So if they
Right.
look into that based off of his call logs and his logs from the private planes and
They
it,
looking into that. Yup.
listen, and that's what I'm saying. So if now I think that they are taking, I absolutely think for sure two people are definitely going to be witnesses on that stand, and that's Cassie and Jonathan Audi. If it ain't nobody else,
Those
it's going
two.
to be
Yeah.
them two. And if they are looking serious into what Jonathan Audi said about what he actually used the Ciroc label for and the Sean John brand to do, and they find anything,
Do you remember who he
it's a
said he
done
was
deal.
doing it with?
I do.
Do you remember? Do
So
you
I
remember?
don't know why we not talking about Rick Ross too, because he said him and Rick Ross was doing that together.
Yeah, and he said that it was Rick Ross and DJ Khaled that were also part of he did the freak
Yeah.
offs with too as
Right.
well.
Right.
They're all getting pulled into this big old, let's just call it a tornado. You know, it's just like it's basically everybody's getting pulled into all this craziness, and we're seeing now that it's more people than we thought. Like we thought Diddy was like a bad guy, you know, but like there are so many different people, and these men, these disgusting men, they prey on weak people, men and women, and they take
Mm-hmm.
advantage of it. And it's narcissism. But you can abuse somebody like business wise. In other words, I gave you a crappy contract, right? Okay, so Casey, I gave you a crappy contract and you lived it out. You didn't make a lot of money, but we part ways. But they do
Mm-hmm.
it, you know, S word, SA way. You know, it's disgusting. I mean, if you can't tell me this ain't Satan in the works, I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
Well, the main thing that like I said, that they're looking into as far as this case is what that like that what Jonathan Audi said that they were using the liquor and the clothing for, and also the S trafficking, you guys, because phone calls, call logs, video footage, anything talking to alleged victims of the S trafficking, if any of that can be proven, where he's moved women around from one state to another, one country to another, and it could even have been with a knowledge, but if it was for the freak offs or the sale of sex, that's trafficking. It could be underage, or it could be legal people, women that are legal. You could traffic grown women. It's still trafficking.
Exactly. If they're
So
under the influence if they're under the influence without their knowledge, in other words, if they
without
were
their
drugged,
consent, knowledge, and consent,
there you
exactly.
go. There you go. They could be 50 years old and been drugged, and then now that's a whole different thing. And let me tell you something, ladies. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I have known people that have gotten stuff put in their drinks. Not me, but I've heard stories of people that got
Mhm.
stuff put in their drinks. They don't remember what happened. They have no control over it, you know, and they wake up in some person's house. They're like, what the heck? You know, so I think a
Oh,
lot of these women,
absolutely.
they were drugged. That's what I think.
Oh yeah, I've seen it happen to a few people at parties, male and
Yeah.
female. Honestly, that
Listen,
had to run to the bathroom and stick they whole thumb
yeah.
and fingers down their throat to because they were starting to feel dizzy and queasy, and and you have to take them
Yeah.
outside to get some air, or you have to take them home. I've witnessed that, in my lifetime. So absolutely, yeah.
Do you know about it, that a lot of times if you have too much of it, they have to take you to the hospital. They have to pump your stomach with charcoal. You know about that?
Yep. Oh yeah,
Yep.
absolutely. Yep. I've known people to get their stomachs pumped back in the day.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Remember the date rape drug. That was the thing. The guy would put the stuff in your drink. Here you go. Then you wake up in some dude's house, and it's disgusting. I mean, why? Why do that? What's the joy in that? But like I said, everybody's different. It is what it is. But I think in this case, I think that a lot of narcotics were involved. That's just what I believe.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because if you have to drug someone to have your way with them, what does that speak for you as a man or as a woman even? What does that speak for you? You're literally taking advantage of someone without their consent, to the fact that you have to drug them for them to have to be out cold or damn near out cold, or right, or inebriated to the fact where they can't move in order for you to take advantage of them.
Yeah, I mean, it's a stone cold predator. It's just a
It's
predator.
cynical. It's cynical.
Well,
It's very
I was
it's diabolical. Absolutely.
I was listening to Gene, and I was listening to some other people, and I was listening to him when he was speaking about when Diddy first came out, right before he became as big as he was,
Mm-hmm.
and his character, like he couldn't talk to women,
Mm-hmm.
like the guys he hung around, like mainly like Wolf and them. Wolf
Yeah.
and them used to get mad females. So he would
Mm-hmm.
get their leftovers, or that's how he pulled women. He kept guys around that pulled a lot of women. And I think that's probably when it started, because if you think about it,
Yeah.
all of the females that he was dealing with, most of them said they didn't even like him when they met him.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't like him like that.
Yep. Wasn't
And
attracted
I
to him
think,
at all. And
yeah,
narcissists mimic other people. They do what they do. They say what they say. Like I said,
Right,
he
right.
wanted all of the women of his arch enemy, and he did not like Tupac. And he even hated that Kim Porter liked Tupac.
Yeah,
Tupac was Kim Porter's favorite rapper, and they were friends. So imagine your arch enemy being friends with your main girlfriend, and how that must have
right.
ate him inside,
yeah.
right? So the fact
I mean,
that he had at least 3 women behind Tupac shows you exactly they mimic and what they see somebody else doing. Just like he saw Kim Porter and wanted to take Kim Porter away from Al B. Shore. That's what
Right.
narcissists
Yeah, yeah.
do.
that
That's
that,
the
that and that
behavior
whole
that they.
that whole Al B. Shore thing is so crazy. I never knew that Al B. Shore's son basically lived with
With
Diddy. I didn't even
Quincy.
know it.
Yeah. But let me tell
No
you,
clue.
Quincy stayed close. I'm gonna tell you this because I watch him a lot. Quincy stayed close to Diddy because his sisters was over there. That's why he stayed close to Diddy. It was to protect his father, and it was to stay close to them girls.
Well, I'll say this, y'all, because I know Al, right? So listen, a lot of things happen because Kim allowed it to happen because of the control that Diddy had over her, right?
Right.
It was not Al B. Sure's idea as a man to allow another man to adopt his son. So that
Right.
narrative is so false, guys. Okay. So when you have a woman who has custody of your child and she's under the influence of another man, that's saying
Dangerous man.
if you want to live this life, have this money, do this, do that, do that, do that, then I want to be and if you're with me, then I'm gonna adopt Quincy because first of all, it's gonna make him look good in people's eyes and make Al look like he's a deadbeat dad, and that never was the case, you guys. I'm telling you, it never was the case. Al was always there, right? So, but again, that is the farce. That is the false belief that that Diddy want people to think about Al because he hated Al so much and was so jealous of Al because he was still threatened by Al because deep down inside, Kim and Al still loved each other and they actually were
Right.
married. They
It was
actually were
about a
married
power
when
thing.
she left this earth, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So he knew that as a narcissist, like, what can I do to get up under this man's skin? I'm going to control Kim by her allowing me, and I'm going to force her to let me adopt his son. So I'm saying I'm going to slap him in the face, and you a deadbeat dad to the world, and I'm going to look like the shining star. See, that's the mind of a diabolical narcissist like Diddy. He
Mm-hmm.
wants everybody to think that he's the good guy and everybody else is bad and nothing is wrong with him and something is wrong with everybody else. That's the mind of how narcissistic people think, right?
Mm-hmm.
So all
And
those
Tommy,
years, and listen, in the threats, listen, there were threats, right? You guys, the reason why Kim was so controlled, because there was threats on Al, there was threats on her, right? So when you're looking at that as a woman and you're trying to keep that together, going back and forth, taking so much off of Diddy, it was because of some of the things that he was threatening to do to Al, some of the things he was threatening to do to her. I can't say
right.
if he threatened to do anything to Quincy, but I know for a fact that he was threatening Al, that he was threatening her as well, you guys. So don't ever think like, because I was supposed to do the 90s tour, right, and be a background singer for Al B. Sure. I met him in Vegas. He personally came up to me after he heard me sing and asked me to be on that tour. And I
Oh,
promise
can
you
you
guys,
sing for us, OG? I never heard you sing.
okay. And after that, you guys, he got sick. That's when he went into the coma the
Mm-hmm.
first time.
Yeah.
The first
But
time.
we knew Diddy did that though. We knew that the reason he did that whole thing with Quincy, it was a power trip. He wanted to make him look bad and at the same time like gloat in his face like he had power over him. That's what that whole thing was about.
Well, I'll just say
And
this. Y'all gonna see and know a lot of stuff when Al B. Sure's documentary of his life comes out, okay?
I
Mm-hmm.
love it. I love Al B. Shore. He was Night and Day is one of my favorite songs growing up. I
Mhm.
love that song. But it's really sad when men that get with a baby's mom that weaponize the children. And that's what Diddy, I think he did. He tried to weaponize the kids. Oh, they're mine now.
Absolutely.
You know?
They
But
listen,
Al B. Shore was, yeah,
narcissists play
yeah,
they'll use their own children as pawns to get to the other
yeah.
parent or whatever. That's what they do.
Oh, you could sing night and day. That's what you could sing.
I just want her to sing. I don't care what y'all talking
I
about. I
I
want
can't sing, but I
yeah.
can tell you how I feel
You and
about
I.
you.
I got to get the lyrics. I can't do the high. I can't do the.
Night and
Can't sing
day.
it anymore, but
OG to sing.
night and
Listen,
day.
Al B.
Yeah.
Sure voice is so deep now. He can't even do that falsetto like he
Well,
used to
just
do
sing
back in the
whatever
day.
you want to sing. I just want to hear. Sing whatever you
Remember
want
that
to sing.
man? He was dancing on the roof in the video. That man was fire back in the day. Like he had the ladies' panties were flying off.
Yes,
I'm
it
telling
was.
Al
He
B.
was
Shore.
something else back in the day.
Yeah,
And Al B.
he
Sure
was.
is a sweet guy in
Yeah.
person. Gigi, I'm gonna send you a picture of me and Al
And
together.
people,
Like he is
people
literally
always,
a sweet guy.
yo, but people always mix up Al B. Shore with Christopher Williams because they look alike. They always mix them up. It's funny, man. It really is
Mm-hmm.
funny. But no, Al B. Shore, Night and Day is a classic
It
song.
is. It is. I
Classic.
can't wait till his documentary come out, though, you guys.
Yeah. And I mean, listen, ladies, real quick, everything in life, everything, I teach this, I talk about this at church. Everything in life is about energy, right? And when I listen to Al B. Shore, you cannot tell me he's not a loving father and he treated Kim right. Now, it may have not worked. Listen, me and my ex-wife didn't work, but we still love each other. I tell her I love her all the time. We do Christmas together. We do Thanksgiving together. I still love her. We're not together, but what I'm trying to say is that I think that him and Kim didn't have like anything violent. I think maybe it just didn't work, and they parted ways. But I think he's a good father. That's what I think.
He always was in the picture, you guys, and he always was the father that he was allowed to be during that time, right? Like I said, there was a lot of influence from Diddy towards Kim to to intervene in that relationship between Al and his son. But I'm
Did
telling
he
you,
have any
a lot
other
of stuff
kids,
gonna come out.
OG?
Who, Al?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he got 2 more sons. He got 3 sons.
Okay.
He got 3 sons.
Al is tall, right? He's like 6'2", 6'3".
Yeah, he's tall guy, but yeah, about
Yeah,
six
I think
feet,
he's like
six
my height.
one,
Yeah, I think
somewhere
he's a
around there.
taller guy. Yeah. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, but have you ladies noticed this? I just want to ask a quick question. Have you noticed like Diddy looks like 20 years older in like 2 months?
Well,
He
that's
his
because
skin looking ashy.
Yeah, it's
and
mad stress.
he's outside trying to act like he don't got a care in the world, but trust me, I'm telling you, deep
Yeah,
down
you could
inside, he's
tell.
scared to death. He's scared
His
to death.
skin going through something. I don't know if he might not be doing the substances to the degree he was doing it before
Might
because
be
he's
too
not.
toxic.
So it's like
Yeah,
it's coming out in his pores. You could see it.
exactly.
Yeah, because
I
he
think
was addicted
stress.
to pills. He was
Yeah,
addicted to
I think
pills for a long
stress.
time.
I think
Go ahead,
stress
Mike.
ages people. He's under so
Oh,
much stress
absolutely.
right now. Yeah.
Absolutely, but he was addicted to alcohol, of course, but he was also addicted to painkillers. He had got addicted to
Mm,
painkillers when him and Kim got into that fight, and she cut him on the wrist
yeah.
with the corkscrew, and he
Yeah.
got those prescription of Vicodins, right? He was
Hmm.
addicted to them Vicodins for a long, long time, guys. And a lot of times, once you become addicted to one thing, and you escalate to another thing, because he was always doing
Sure.
the cocaine, right? So
Hmm.
between the alcohol, the Vicodins, the cocaine, then the cocaine end up being another type of cocaine. So it keeps escalating for a narcissist.
Yeah.
Most narcissistic people, I would say 95% of them have some form of addiction, whether it's paraphernalia, alcohol, sex, shopping, drugs, gambling, is something. They have some type of addiction. I actually interviewed a diagnosed narcissist. And that's the truth, you guys. The majority of them have some form of
He
addiction.
went on to the horse tranquilizers. That's what the Tootsie is. Tootsie is a horse tranquilizer.
That shit is crazy.
And it's big in New
Yo,
York right now. It's big everywhere, but I first heard about it from somebody in New York, and I was like, "Y'all taking horse tranquilizer?" I said, "Oh no,
girl,
nah."
they
Well,
they
back
take
in the
it in
day, that
10.
PCP, wasn't that PCP the same thing? Wasn't that a horse
No,
Embalm.
tranquilizer?
it's 10.
It was it was
Something.
it was
What
a
was the
substance that
PCP?
was dipped in embalming fluid.
Oh
So
Yes.
God.
you had the wet version of it and you had the dry version of it. That's
Mm-hmm.
why when
Ladies,
people used to take it, they used to see the dead.
Ooh,
yeah.
Lord.
You
I can't
you were a
even imagine.
zombie. So what she just said is exactly 1000% correct. So you ever see Kensington where they're shooting up and they're walking like zombies like this?
I never
That's the
saw it.
horse tranquilizer. Look up Kensington um,
Mm-hmm.
heroin, and they shoot the horse tranquilizer in their legs or their arms. Their skin rots off. It actually rots. There's holes, like complete holes. And that's the horse tranquilizer. That's another thing that they do. Because I guess it asks the city of it. I guess I'm not a pharmacist or a doctor, but like
So
there's
now let me
holes.
ask. So
Yeah.
is the Tusi the pink stuff that they is talking about? Is it pink?
So what they do is they take the cocaine, the
Mm-hmm.
Tusi is the horse tranquilizer, and they mix it with food coloring to make it pink.
Mm, mm.
Oh my God.
So it's
I
all
mean,
three things. Like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
just smoke some weed. I mean, come on. I don't
No,
understand why
that's
they want to
that's
do
not
it.
enough when you've been doing stuff for decades. It's a
It
cocktail he
just
made
escalates.
for FOs. That's what it
Listen,
was.
because it's only so far
Yeah,
that the pills can
sure.
take them, right? It's like you chasing that
Mhm.
first high. You never get
Allegedly.
that. the addiction comes from chasing the first high that you will never get again after the first high. You're never going to feel that way again. But that's where how the addiction starts. So for people like Puff, if he can't get that high back out of that one thing, he's going to try a new high from another thing. So that's how he was able to go from weed to the pills to the cocaine and now to this Tusi stuff. It just escalates.
Yeah. I've been very blessed, ladies. I've been very blessed. I've had 3 knee surgeries because I played football and judo and all sorts of stuff. I've had 3 different knee surgeries, and they were major knee surgeries. They were reconstructions. So they will give you Percocet, they will give you Dilaudid, which is like, yo, that stuff is crazy. You take one of those.
That's how a lot of people got addicted to them, just from having surgery or having back pain or any type of pain. And it starts off innocent. You get prescribed by your doctor for them, but then you become addicted to them. I had a friend that had a motorcycle accident. That's how he got addicted to the biking, is from being in any type of excruciating pain. And if you continuously to take the pills, you're gonna become they highly addictive. They opiates. They highly addictive.
But thank you to Jesus. Thank you to Jesus.
The crazy thing is, they don't take your pain away. They just make you so far out of it that you forget that you're in pain. But it don't actually take your pain away.
Well, with me, Rashida, when I had them, it did take the pain away, but it didn't make me be addicted to them. Like
what I'm saying is that
always have.
My doctor broke it down to me that it is the Percocets and stuff like that. They're not really painkillers. They just make you so sleepy and so tired that it knocks you out. It doesn't take your pain away, though.
Well,
that's why people.
I'm just talking from my experience, Rashida. It did take the pain away. When I have toothaches and my what's very sensitive to me is nerves. Okay.
Yeah.
Get on my nerves. I'm talking about my gum nerves. Those are, I don't know, have y'all ever felt that type of pain? Your gums, that pain in your, do y'all go to the
You talking about from a toothache, Gigi?
No, I had operation and with teeth and stuff. But no, I'm talking about very painful in the gums and the nerves. But when I took the Vicodin or whatever, it knocked it right out, and it felt it. How can I say it? It was not to be in pain. It's a comfort. It's like, damn, I love feeling normal, because did it make me feel lovely? Hell no. But I had so much pain when I took it. After 2 minutes, it was like, woo, I don't feel this shit no more. I love it. It's that feeling. But it does make me drowsy, and sometimes it can make me nauseous.
Yeah. That's what my doctor was explaining to me.
To the ocean, and like if I go to an ocean, like sometimes I cannot stand the smell of a lot of water. I don't know what it is. That
it make you sick.
Make me nauseous. Yeah, the smell of it. The smell of it. It makes me sick. So that's what I got from it. But no, I guess everybody is different. I've never once was addicted or took more than I needed. Usually, if I have any pain, I always leave with a lot, because I only take what I need, because I don't want to be on that shit, because I don't want to feel sleepy.
And Gigi, you probably don't have an addictive gene too.
I have it either. You're right. I don't think I have it, because
they was just
watching out for it. I was like, am I gonna want them? But I'd be having a half bottle left, and I'd be like, I don't want that.
Yeah, they was just explaining like the way they built the drug. It was just to make your brain think that you're not in pain, but it really doesn't take the pain away. It just it tricks your brain into thinking it.
You know what I want to try it on? I want to try it when I get my hair braided, because my scalp is very sensitive. I think I got issues with my scalp. but I want to try it because them Tylenol and that Motrin, it doesn't do anything for me. Tylenol, I know they say that's a painkiller, but none of
What
the
about Toradol? Toradol is like not as strong.
I don't know what that is.
You talking about tramadol? Tramadol?
Well, tramadol is the pill form, but yeah, the Toradol is it's like
But it's still an
stronger than
opioid, though, right? Isn't it still an
no,
opioid?
no,
Oh,
it's not an opioid at all. It's way lower dose than Percocet, but it's a higher dose of like NSAID. It's a really strong NSAID.
oh, NSAID. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I had the
Where do
worst
you get
headache.
it?
Your doctor can prescribe it.
Oh
Nine
yeah, it's
times
got to
out of
be
10, if you
prescribed.
ever, but 9 times out of 10, if you ever been to the hospital, the emergency room for a tooth, for a headache,
That's
anything
what I'm
like
getting
that,
ready to
and they
say.
gave you a liquid through your IV, 9 times out of 10, it was Toradol.
No, they
Yeah.
gave me one time. I had the worst headache of my life, you guys, and I left work and went to the emergency room, and I was experiencing nausea, vomiting. I was seeing dots and everything. They
So
said it was a migraine.
they
But
gave
they
you a
listen.
cocktail.
No, they gave me morphine drip in the in the IV. And when
Yeah.
I looked at myself in that mirror, in that room, in that emergency room, I was nodding just like a dope fiend, sitting in
But
that wheelchair.
they didn't
I
give you
swear
a
to God, I
cocktail
saw
for.
myself. Listen, I saw myself just going, not, and now I see. I said, "Oh my God!" I
Oh
saw me
no.
in, and I was like, "What y'all give me?" And they said, "Oh, we gave you morphine drip." I said, "Don't ever
Oh
give me that again."
no.
And
Why?
literally,
See, I suffer from migraines, and when I go, they give me a cocktail. It's basically something for nausea. They give you the Toradol and something for dizziness, but nothing as strong as they're not supposed to. That's gonna make it worse. Like, why would they get that? Oh, that makes no sense because
Yeah.
morphine causes headache.
they
So I don't
gave me
understand why
morphine
they would.
drip in the IV. But I ain't gonna lie, maybe my brain said I was out of pain because I didn't feel the pain. I didn't feel the
I
pain.
can't.
Yo.
No, I would have
But I
cursed
was
them
not
out.
like a I was not like a dope fiend. I said, "What y'all give me?" I was just wobbling back and forth. Felt like the room was spinning. They was like, "Oh, we gave you a little morphine." I was like, "Don't y'all ever give me that again in my life,
Mm-hmm.
ever."
I only had that for surgery, but my migraines, they give you stuff so that you don't, cause I suffer from vertigo. So it's a
Oh,
cocktail that they give for dizzy, nausea, and then they give the Toradol for pain.
I'm so sorry to hear that, Rashida.
Yeah,
So
it's crazy, but
experience that. I know that was so scary for you.
it lasted
It
2 months the first time I experienced it,
Shut
and
yeah,
up.
my
Too
mother has
much.
vertigo.
but
My
you want
mother
me to
That's
suffers
tell you
with
something
vertigo.
crazy, Gigi? You know who cured my vertigo? My husband, because the doctors kept giving me these cocktails for my headaches, and it wasn't working. I had to, like, my kids and my husband had to take me to the bathroom. Like, literally, everything was shaking and spinning for
Scary.
2 months. So my husband was going to school for alternative medicine, so he started doing these things where he was making me ginger tea, and he would
Mm.
make me lay on my back on the bed with my head hanging off, and he would rotate my neck. He said the reason I was having a vertigo spells was because the crystals behind my ears was out of place. So he
Mm-hmm.
put the crystals back in place behind my ears because that's what causes vertigo.
Yeah. You do a lift. So you basically have to brace the neck, pull it up, and you have to flip it, and then it
Yeah.
releases it releases the pressure and the and
Well,
the
I'm
uh,
gonna
the
have to
acid.
tell my mom that because my mom has vertigo.
Yeah, it's we have crystals behind our ears, and anything can do it. You can be waking up, you can sit up too fast the wrong way. You can be at a high height. It just means your crystals moved out of place. That's it.
It's like when like the blood rushes to your head, and it's not equaling out. Like ladies, equilibrium. Like in other words, your
That's
balance.
what it is. It's your equilibrium. Yeah, it throws your equilibrium off.
All
And it
right.
makes you
Well,
dizzy. Yeah.
I enjoyed you all. It is time for us to wrap it up. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Shelly Boo. Oh, gee. Come on now. Rashida Santana, I'm sorry I didn't get to you. KFC, you already know. KFC, are you still up there? KFC. KFC. No, she gone. All right. I will see you guys tomorrow. DJ.
All right. Good night, everyone. Love you, Gigi.
Love you
Thank
too.
you, Aunt.
Shelly Boo.
Yeah. Thank you, Aunt Gigi, and all the ladies on panel. Thank you for having me up.
All
Anytime.
right, Mike.